after, in his words, having his life saved. Good morning, boys and girls. Merry Wednesday to you. That's Wednesday to you. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck, the Golden Holster, Jason in on the ProView side today. How you
What it do?
Oh, yeah, buddy.
Oh, yeah, buddy. What's going on? You all right?
We very good.
I don't know how much you saw of Bob Davie, how much you heard of what he had to say yesterday. Not exactly sure what it is you expect. Well, I know what it is you expected. We talked about it yesterday, and it's kind of what we talked about. I mean, almost exactly, just in Bob Davie's words, what we expected yesterday, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Just see him, hear about his situation, his passion for everything, the energy, his respect for everyone that helped him out, kind of his role this week, which we've heard a little bit about, but he's just going to be there to let everyone know, hey, I'm good, stay on track, enjoy Notre Dame.
He and I asked the question yesterday. I asked it as a two-part question. Did you listen to the whole thing?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, and I know you were with Austin yesterday. I said, did Joanne and your doctors have to save you from yourself on this decision? And do you plan on coaching again? Do we have that one? He responded, absolutely. I plan on coaching again. There's a lot of football left in me, and but not till he's 100%. And he said, I'm smart enough to know when I'm right, and I'm smart enough to know when I'm not right. And I've been married 41 years, and Joanne's opinion goes a long way. And so I think, probably initially he said, no, I'm going. And this is me surmising, and I could be totally wrong. And, he realized, and again, I'm using his words, they saved his life. Kind of having an idea what went on in there. To see him standing there and looking as healthy as he did is nothing short of amazing. So it's everything we expected. I'm going to tell you, bottom line, it was just good to see him. It was just good to see. He opened up the press conference by saying, I say this with all sincerity. It's the first time I've ever been happy to see you guys as far as the media thing. And it's probably right. It's probably right. So I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, that went exactly as scripted and probably a good thing. Fair enough?
Yes.
All right. 246-0610, 888-922-0610. Emails will come in this morning, Jeff at 610knml.com, JJ at 610knml.com. We've got the Twitter, _JJ Buck, and the Facebook, the OD and the AM. Of course, we're on the Facebook, and you can find us there at on Channel 26 on Comcast, on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. You can go to the OD in the AM, and you can watch the show there as well. Guest list today, we will talk United at 8 o'clock. Devin Sandoval will be with us coming off of his 2 goals on Sunday. It was Sunday, right?
It was Sunday.
At Oklahoma City in the 3-1 victory over the Energy. 9:15, Adam Deal will be in. We'll talk preps. And I think we might I believe you're going to meet the new Gladiators coach today, too. I believe all that's going to happen. So you down with all that?
I'm down.
All right. 9/11 today. 9/11. Jason, you remember 9/11?
Yes, sir.
Yep. So I know we do this annually, and we probably always will. But if you've got 9/11 remembrances and you want to get in on this day, always open for that, because we always have said since 9/11 we'll never forget. It's up on the screen right now, and to say never forget is one thing, but to never forget is entirely different. And so, wasn't that the original Squalouche story?
I don't.
That's the first time I found out that Hoser worked at the airport.
Yes.
Right? Was last 9/11, right? So you were here. How long have you been here now?
Yeah, I've going on 2 years, but yeah, we talked about this.
Last 9/11, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we sure did.
That was when I first found out you worked at the airport.
At the airport, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
definitely remember that day for sure.
Yeah. Always remember it. And
I heard some guys talking about, now, the kids that are in college now, they were born after that event. I know my kids were born after that event, and it's almost like we're in that generation. You think about the generation of Pearl Harbor. We weren't around then, so
That's
it's
good.
it starts to kind of not fade, but it doesn't quite have the same impact. But unlike this event, the 9/11 has definitely a different impact on us that lived through it, and the ones that didn't, they're just like, oh, it's just kind of a story. You can kind of see the. My kids, when I tell them about it and I show them, because I saved the news clippings from that, magazines that came out, I saved all of those things, and I bring them out and I show them, and they're almost like, wow, it's almost like a story type of deal. It's hard for them, I guess, to I can just see the impact is definitely different.
So, gosh, Addie's 13, but this was 7 summers ago. So she was 6. Is that right? We were in New York and we went to we went to the memorial. We went down to Ground Zero, and she still remembers it.
Wow.
But I remember the impact on her at the time. And now she's always, at 7 years old, you say, what can you get? She's always been very aware. But she still asks me about it, still talks about it. She's very aware. But to your point, I think it's incumbent on all of us. And you and Austin will have this conversation one day too. Mm-hmm. I think it's incumbent on all of us to impress what happened.
And I can't wait to take that trip with my kids.
And we had the conversation
just to do
yesterday.
it.
Dad, where were you? Do you remember where you were? I said, yeah. I said, your mom and I were still together, and we were living in the house your grandma lives in now. And I told her the story. She asked me about it yesterday as we were driving home from school. And so, as painful it is, obviously, for all of us to relive, I've gladfully relived it with her and want her to know. I want her to know the impact. And so if you want to get in on that, feel free. All right. We got the New Mexico Open I want to get into, which is going on out at Paradise Hills. We will get into the football. I don't even know, JJ, where to go with this Antonio Brown thing. It gets, give me the word, because bizarre feels too trite.
But it works.
Yeah, it probably does, because I don't know that there's another one. Because you don't know where the next chapter, and when you think it's done, and I think a lot of people thought, all right, he's in New England, and that's where he's going to have to behave, and everything's going to be fine. And while he hasn't done anything since he's been in New England, because he's been there for a day and a half, and today was supposed to be his first practice, boom, this one drops. A sexual assault suit, not a criminal charge, but a civil suit against him by a former trainer. Now, he denies it, and in all of these situations, you and I think, are always very fair, right? You don't jump to conclusions. I'm hearing money grab, but if it was a money grab, wouldn't she be going for more than $75,000? That's just my initial thought on the money grab thing. $75,000, while a nice sum of money, doesn't define money grab to me. You know what I mean? It seems, I don't know.
Well, maybe she's overthinking it and trying to be like, hey, maybe this is.
I'm sure she's got
where
attorneys on this,
where
right?
I can get it to work.
Yeah.
Or we can take the stance where we don't throw out opinions like that because
we don't know.
We don't know, and unfortunately, we've done this so many times in this setting.
Yeah.
It's talking about sexual assault and the stats
Yep.
and the things that go with it, how many go unreported, and even the time it takes for women to report things. But when it involves a high-profile athlete, everyone is immediately skeptical about it, which we've seen.
Yeah, I'm not willing to go one way or the other on it because I flat out don't know, and sometimes these allegations are very true, and sometimes they are very not true.
Yeah, and as much as we want to let it play out, I mean, you do have thoughts in your mind right away. You're like,
So-
what's happening
What do
within
you do?
yourselves. even.
So you're the NFL, you're the Patriots. You got slugged in the face with this. What do you do?
I think the Patriots, if he comes out to practice, they're going to have to let him answer a question or make, like, I'm not talking about this type of
Well,
statement.
the media
but
stuff, yeah.
He can't play this weekend.
Right?
Like, I think that the Patriots cannot have him on the football field this weekend.
The commissioner has the commissioner exempt list, which is, in some respects, would be like you being put on administrative leave at work, being still paid while they look at what's going on. They don't have the luxury of time, which, whatever, get it right. This is like the news, right? I don't care if you're first. I don't care how quick you do it. You just get it right. What do you think of the commissioner exempt list? Because that seems, of everything I've heard and read, that seems to be the right way to go right now. Do you agree with that?
Possibly,
I
but
mean, it's kind of what you're saying.
yeah, I'm not even saying Commissioner is exempless. I'm just saying he's not. The Patriots can make the decision.
They can.
It's Wednesday. He
Yeah.
just joined the team. It's
Yeah.
going to be his first practice.
They're playing the Dolphins.
They're playing the Miami Dolphins. So I think the right step for them, even if they want to bring him in, would to not play him this week.
Yeah, I think that's probably right. Now, I know there's going to be plenty of people, and there's going to be a call that says, well, why not play him? I mean, it's an allegation, and he said it's not right, and it's from a year and a half ago, and while there's validity to that, there's the other side. And would you rather take a couple of weeks and err on the side of caution, especially a league that's got a history of handling these things the way they have a history of handling these things, than to go the other way? We'll follow that up on the other side. 246-0610, 888-922-0610. Odell's in the news, too. His watch wasn't $350,000. It was only $190,000. What's wrong with you? It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Dreamstyle Remodeling has been wowing homeowners in New Mexico since 1989. Selected as Best Custom Home Remodeler for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Albuquerque Journal, we're also your exclusive provider for top home improvement brands like Renewal by Anderson, Four Seasons, Blaze King, and many others. Founded and headquartered in Albuquerque, Dreamstyle Remodeling is family-owned and now employs more than 500 people across the southwestern U.S. In fact, we've helped more than 60,000 homeowners improve their home in New Mexico, Arizona, California, Idaho, and West Texas. We're committed to providing a superior customer experience. We've earned 4.6 stars with hundreds of online reviews and have an A+ with the BBB. Dreamstyle Remodeling is a proud supporter of UNM Athletics. Visit our beautiful 10,000 square foot showroom at 1460 Renaissance Boulevard across from Sam's Club, or dreamstyleremodeling.com to make your home remodeling dreams come true.
What is glamour? Frailty. What is desire? Diamonds. They say a life lived without passion is hardly worth living.
Ma'am? Ma'am? Ma'am?
Dang, this one made me feel all special.
The world-famous Laguna Burger is beautifully handcrafted. A burger that's created from certified Angus beef, sinfully cooked to juicy perfection, and garnished with New Mexico's Hatch green chili. Tempt your taste buds with mouth-watering fresh ingredients.
Cut! We're gonna need another Laguna Burger. Try the irresistible, world-famous Laguna Burger. Visit thelagunaburger.com. It's fresh with a kick. Take 32.
Local Union 412. Find a career with benefits, not just a job, at UA Local 412 Training Center. We are looking for plumbers, pipe fitters, welders, and HVAC tech apprentices and journeymen. Call 505-256-9257. Local Union 412.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green.
And keep the community green as well.
Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment.
You trash it,
we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
ABQ ER and Hospital is changing the way you see ER in Albuquerque. We promise to see each patient within 10 minutes of arrival. ABQ ER and Hospital is now offering $25 school physicals, with 100% of proceeds donated back to the schools.
At New Mexico Highlands University, you're more than a student, you're family. Whether you're taking courses in Las Vegas, Santa Fe, Rio Rancho, Albuquerque, or Farmington, you'll get that one-on-one attention to inspire you to reach your goals. Let New Mexico Highlands help take your passion and accelerate it into a career and fulfilling.
Tigers! Tigers! Spray the champagne. I told Addie last night. Dodgers popped the cork. She's like, what? Did I come a little too hot at the beginning of that segment? Is that a little too high? I'll back it back down now. You play the Clash a little higher and a little London Calling. Dodgers win the National League West 7th straight year, 4th quickest to do it since 2000. It's the opening drive, Jeff Symbieta, J.J. Buck, and the Golden Hoster. Jason is producing on the ProView side. Is USA playing France right now? Is that what I got? And they're losing?
They lost.
They lost. They're done?
Yes. Breaking
They're out?
news, the United States just lost to France.
They're out. It's over.
They done.
Done. Eliminated for... I mean...
You know who should be worried?
Who?
Boston Celtics.
Because Jason Tatum's out?
No, it's because it was... Team USA was built on Kimball Walker, Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, and Jason
They
Tatum.
can't even beat a bunch of
They can't beat
Frenchies? Who's on France?
And now you expect them to beat the Milwaukee Bucks?
Who's on France?
Philadelphia 76ers? Is Boris Diaw still playing?
Rudy Gobert?
Ooh, Rudy Gobert's a good one, though.
All right, they got one. No, Rudy Gobert's good. Evan Fournier?
Ooh. The Orlando Magic sniper.
Fournier led France with 22. Gobert had 21. At least we qualified for the Olympic Games. That'd be something.
This is what we do.
Oh,
we rally
man.
for the Olympics.
Come on, hot take world now.
The Redeem Team. Redemption. Back to get the gold medal next time.
Coming back. We don't get a medal at all, man. We're out.
It's the next summer.
Quarterfinals. Like quarterfinal, you don't even get to play for bronze. You're done. Get on a plane and go home. Beat by a bunch of Frenchies in basketball. How does this even happen? Outrage. Outrage. Can't be. The loss ends Team USA's 58-game winning streak in international tournaments that they've been playing with NBA players on the roster. Their last loss, do you know when it was?
Like 2004.
2006 against Greece in the FIBA World Championship semifinals. France goes on to play Argentina now. They were down, Team USA was 45-39 at halftime. Fournier and Rudy Gobert led them with 13 apiece at the half. First time the U.S. trailed at half in the tournament. Donovan Mitchell, 14 of his game high, 29 in the third. U.S. led at the end of the period after three, so they came back and were up 66-63, and then France went on to an 11-0 run late in the fourth quarter.
Defense.
I don't know. Who's coaching this
Giving
team?
up 11 on pop.
Damn. So Team USA out. They get beat by a bunch of Frenchies 89-79. I mean, it's
the world's game now.
I'm embarrassed. Can't even believe this. All right, 246-0610, 888-922-0610. Let's finish up on the Antonio Brown, because we're going to go a bunch of other places on this, but I want to finish with the thought. You think the Patriots should take the lead here, not wait for the NFL to step in and have the NFL put them on the commissioners.
With everything that's gone on, to sit here and expect the NFL to have enough information by this weekend to make an
They won't. They won't.
They found out the same time as everyone else about this civil lawsuit. To me, I think the right thing for New England is, all right, if you want to let him practice, fine. He's out there on that football field. But given the fact that it is short week for them in terms of Antonio Brown joining the team, playing the Miami Dolphins this weekend. You deactivate him for this game, and then I think by next week is when they'll have a better handle on the entire situation, and also probably what's expected moving forward, not just from the NFL, but for this case legally.
Yeah, I think that's probably right. And again, I know there's plenty of people who are saying, well, wait a minute, he hadn't done anything. Well, you don't know that. He's been accused of something. That doesn't mean he's done it. Pretty serious allegation. And again, this is where I'm going on this. This league has is it fair to say horrendous? Is bad enough passed on dealing with this sort of allegation and incident?
Yeah, because they've never really had something in place. So
well,
the first time it happened, they're like, it was
but
big.
Now they do.
Then, yeah.
Now they do. So, I mean, is it fair to how would you characterize their track history of dealing with sexual allegations?
Up and down for
sexual
me.
assault allegations. Up and down for you?
Yeah.
What would you say?
Poor.
All right. Horrendous might be too strong.
Well,
Poor?
'cause it's something that if you take a step back and not just how the NFL handles it, but how the general public reacted to these things, we never took things seriously until we saw the video of Ray Rice doing it. It was always just a 4-game suspension and a headline. We moved on. There was never more outrage with any of this stuff.
Okay. So.
And now all of a sudden we have everything else going on because of public reaction, because of the way the NFL has decided to handle these.
Is it treated, and I'm okay if it is in some respects, any differently because it's this guy? Because of what's going on.
Public reaction.
Public reaction is, but I mean, as far as the league and the team.
If you have talent, it will be treated differently. Now, the difference is with Antonio Brown, he has had some other things leading up to this, so that might sway the, I don't know, opinion or maybe the way they treat it because of that fact, as far as, all this other extracurricular stuff that he's brought on himself.
Okay. Do you think the league and or Patriots will or should treat it differently? Because I don't know that they should, but I think they might, just because it's this guy and everything that's happened in the last month.
No.
Okay.
They shouldn't.
I agree with
you.
They
shouldn't, but I think they are.
They might.
And that's where we're up and down with the NFL. They're always.
And here's why. Well, here's why. I just think the scrutiny on it, and no matter who it was, right? I mean, if this was, and I'm not going to start throwing names out, but pick another high-profile player. I just think because this particular high-profile player has had so much, but I guess it doesn't matter. I guess it doesn't matter. All right, Odell's deal. What do you make of Odell's deal? Him claiming that if it wasn't him, that that nobody would complain about him wearing a watch on the field, which I think is ludicrous. And by the way, it's not $350,000; it's only $190,000 watch.
Like to play,
he wore
game?
it during the game.
That is weird.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, you can't wear hard objects like that during the game. He claims he's going to continue to wear it. Why make issues when there's no issues?
Because that's who he is, and that's his status. And I actually saw it pointed out yesterday, and I was like, "Oh, this is a total." Did you see on ProView? This is a total marketing ploy.
Of course, it is.
This isn't Odell wearing a watch. This is the company, whoever makes that watch, is like, "Here's a free watch, Odell. You wear it," and now they're getting all this pub for the watch.
And we'll pay you so much if you wear it during the game. Golly.
Well, how else would they? I mean, what better way to get pub?
Well, I mean,
Whatever
that is definitely
whatever
different.
that watch
Usually you
is.
would make a commercial or wear it out around town or something.
Is it a plastic watch?
I have no idea.
Does it keep track of his heart rate or something?
Maybe
that's how
he says
that's
he
the
wears it
loophole.
every day, goes to practice. When I go here, when I go there, when I take a shower,
Whoa.
it's just on me. All right, that's fine. But again, this goes back to all of that. I'll take it back to the helmet. If there's a policy that you can't wear a watch when you're on the field, this isn't just about you.
Now, they can wear jewelry, right? Because I've seen necklaces in the past. I don't know if that's still allowed or not.
I think they can. If they're inside. I mean, can you see why you wouldn't be able to wear a watch? It makes sense,
you hit
doesn't
somebody.
It makes sense.
I know last time I was playing basketball, I forgot to take my watch off, and I
How do you forget that?
whacked my guy.
All right.
He's like, take that big thing off.
It says you look in the rule book. The rule book by the way. It's a Richard Mille, M-I-L-L-E. Go ahead and get one now. It retails for about $190,000. It's plastic.
Ooh.
It's plastic. And he says, thus, it shouldn't be an issue. There is a lot. That's the watch. You can see it on ProView. It's up right now. Look at Jason doing work.
Looks a little fly.
Do you even
watches.
like that? Like, would you like that?
I'm not a watch person.
All right.
I am. It's all right. Maybe there's a lot going on
There's
in
a
the
lot
face
going on there.
right now, but
All right.
it looks cool.
He says because it's plastic, it shouldn't be an issue. How does a plastic watch go for $190,000? I mean,
How
maybe
does
the motor.
anything fashion-wise go for what it does?
All right.
Maybe it's the Swish or
All right.
Swiss motor.
He says you got to look at the rule book. It says you can't wear hard objects. The watch is plastic. People have knee braces that are hard and made out of metal. You don't see them taking them off. Everyone has jewelry on, so I'm good.
Wow.
All right.
All right, Odo, have fun with the fines that come your way.
Why do we pick battles? Like, isn't there enough drama? Honestly, isn't there enough drama that's organic? You don't have to make it, but maybe people dig it. Is that Nadal wearing the same watch? Rafael Nadal was wearing the same watch at his trophy presentation for the U.S. Open. Jason found that. Look at Jason doing work.
He's on point this morning.
You can watch all that on ProView Networks and the simulcast of this show. Hey, wherever we go, there's danger, potentially. Places like churches and games and events and theaters. And they all need to provide security for the people who attend. International Protective Services is a security company providing security officers trained to handle dangerous situations, and they need more help. Right now, IPS is looking for off-duty or retired law enforcement. Maybe you can help them fill the gaps. They've got immediate openings, and depending on your experience, they're starting new hires at $25 an hour. If you've got experience in training, your community needs you. Call 897-2420, 897-2420, or go to ipsglobal.com. You can have a role in making New Mexico safe and giving people peace of mind. The bad guys are lurking. Be part of the team that stops them from ruining our favorite public places. Call IPS 897-2420 or go to ipsglobal.com. When we come back, we will get more into the NFL stuff if you want. We'll go back to the phones. And former MVP baseball out for the season in the stretch run. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Sports Animal time is now 7:28, and here's another look at the roads. Well, the roads are starting to get a little busy. Let me see if I can catch you up on things that are going on. Right now, we still have traffic lights that are flashing red in all directions at Candelaria and Richmond. And we also have traffic lights out completely at 2nd Street and Candelaria. And then new accident southbound on Unser between Cabazon and Westside blocking the left lane. Backups forming. We also have traffic lights flashing red at Coors and Arenal. Expect delays and treat that like a four-way stop. And lastly, we have an accident eastbound Paseo near Jefferson. Busy area, expect a slowdown. And if you see an accident, make sure and call us on the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167, brought to you by American Home Furniture Outlet and Clearance Center at I-25 and Comanche. I'm Josue with Sports Animal Traffic.
The Dan Patrick Show.
You know when I fall in love with you? When you play a big game against a big opponent. When you have some impressive moments. And maybe he turns out to be a wonderful player. And given all this criticism, I hope he does.
Weekdays at 1, the Sports Animal.
Every lawn is unique, and Lawn Doctor of Albuquerque has the know-how to breathe new life into your lawn, no matter where you live in and around Albuquerque. Because Lawn Doctor is locally owned, they have been able to develop lawn care solutions with New Mexico's soil and climate in mind. Whether you need lawn fertilization, power seeding, grub and weed control, or outdoor pest control, Lawn Doctor of Albuquerque will improve the overall look and health of your lawn. Call Lawn Doctor of Albuquerque today at 884-4433 for a free evaluation.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/score. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And now you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/score. That's ZipRecruiter.com/score. ZipRecruiter.com/score.
Just for your pure enjoyment. Blake's Lotaburger is serving up a rich, smooth, and creamy mint Oreo milkshake. Come on by and get one today. It's meant to happen. The new mint Oreo milkshake, available for a limited time at your favorite Blake's Lotaburger location.
O'Reilly. If you hear squealing and grinding noises from your vehicle, it's time for new brakes. Right now at O'Reilly Auto Parts, when you buy any set of Brake Best pads and any 2 Brake Best rotors, you'll save 10% on your total purchase. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day. Limits apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. You can't run a fly like DeAndre, but at least you can look as fly. Enter for a chance to win hundreds of prizes. Shop with DeAndre. I'll do everything. Design cleats for Saquon. Make me look fly. Have a draft party with Dion.
What's up, baby?
All you have to do is this. Step 1, sign up with the NFL Fantasy app. Step 2, draft your team and take a screenshot of your lineup. Step 3, follow NFL Fantasy on Twitter and share your screenshot using hashtag NFL Fantasy.
All right, here we go.
No purchase necessary. Ends
30 seconds.
Rules and eligibility at fantasy.nfl.com/sweeps.
The Dan Patrick Show, today at 195.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
New Mexico Open is underway out of Paradise Hills. Pretty good leaderboard. A lot of locals out there. Will Collins, the top local of former Lobo, -3. Sean Carlin, -2. Notable Gay's playing. He's 1 over. David Muddett, -1. Sam Saunders, the defending champion, -2. Brandon Ballman of Las Vegas. Edward Olson of California, your leaders, along with Andrew Presley of Fort Worth, Texas. They're all 5 under. Try to get you some conversation from out there as well as we go through the week. It's the opening drive. Jeff, JJ, and the Golden Hoster. Jason's producing over on the ProView Networks, and you can go take a look at the show. We are simulcast every single day, Comcast Channel 26, and the OD in the AM on the Facebook will get you there as well. You can also go to ProView's social media, on YouTube, on Twitter, and on the Facebook as well. Dana, good morning. You're on the Quan's Auto Care Hotline. How you living, Dana?
Hey, I'm doing well this morning. Kind of a somber day, but thanks for having me on. How are you?
Excellent, thank you.
Hey, you were asking about your memories of the day, and I don't want to go into my personal story, but I thought it might be good for you guys to talk about how sports were one of the main things, getting back involved in the sports schedule. One of the important things that allowed America and cities to get back on track. You know, we started primarily the World Series, which had New York in the World Series against the Diamondbacks, and that's where we got into the God bless America for the 7th inning stretch. But I thought it might be good to touch on the importance of sports for helping people get back to normalcy in times of tragedy.
Thank you, Dana. Appreciate that.
Hey, you're welcome. And it worked. And it has worked.
There's no doubt
it will continue to work. So thanks.
Well, thank you. When I think we've talked about that, you know, over the last bunch of years, how sports helped America get back into things, and how you had managers wearing FDNY hats and New York PD hats. I had a conversation yesterday with a gentleman. We were talking about it was a business meeting, and we're talking about the divisiveness and how country's so polarized on both sides. And he says, you know, I hate to say this, but he says, I think it's going to take something bigger than 9/11 to unite the country. And then for how long? He says, think about how we were after 9/11 for the next 2 weeks, and then things started, you know, to go away again. I hope that's not the case, but certainly something like that brought us together in a way that, I mean, I have no parallel for it. I have no comparable.
Yeah, especially, you know, to Jose's initial point, like the things that we've experienced as a nation. And this is one of those moments for my generation specifically that I don't like I was in middle school when this happened. I remember waking up in the morning.
That's got to be a trip, huh?
The news was on. Initially, I was like, what happened? A plane hit a building? Wow. And then you start kind of learning more about it. Go to school. All we were doing in school was watching the news. Absolutely everyone was freaking out because it was the first time, because you're old enough at that point to understand the magnitude of it. But we had never lived something like this. I remember a little bit, like I was a really little kid, Oklahoma City.
Okay.
And that bombing, kind of how impactful that was. But this was a moment that, for all of us, all we did was learn about things like this in history class and what that led to.
And now you're living it.
And now we're in that moment, and just what it did, it changed society. Like, all the things that changed after the fact, what, the sports world
deal with
did.
it every day.
I remember that World Series.
Yeah.
Absolutely remember that, because the Yankees being there, playing the Arizona Diamondbacks, and, the talk of what that did for New York in the sport. So it's one that is just absolutely just a wow, just history changing moment.
We deal with it every day.
Yeah.
I mean, going to the ballpark and going through metal detectors,
Yeah.
Is a remnant of that. Everything we do is got a tinge of that. Lenny, good morning. You're on the Quan's Auto Care Hotline.
Morning. Before I get sentimental, I'll give the 9/11 story with us. I grew up in New York. My sister's law firm had just moved into Tower 2 6 months before the event. She was running a law firm of all the paralegals, never had been late to work a day in her life, and decided on that day to be late for work.
Wow.
Decided to? Like just...
Well, because the previous 2 weeks she had been working 16-hour days. She goes, you know what? This morning I'm going to go see my daughter at work in Manhattan, go see a friend in Manhattan, and then go to work. And saw the second plane hit her office, as God is my witness, from the highway.
Wow. Yeah, that's insane.
And then walked back across the bridge into Queens. And I didn't know for 8 hours if she had made it or not.
Yeah, and you had to figure she didn't, right? I mean, you had to figure
No.
she didn't.
I'm watching it from San Diego at 6 in the morning on the news.
That's insane. Wow. That made me kind of goosebump. All right.
Right. And then we took the first flight out of Albuquerque after the flight embargo was lifted, or to San Diego to fly for a wedding, and they cleared half the plane out because, unfortunately, some individuals that were from the Middle East that were just in San Diego for a conference.
They were on your plane.
American citizens, and people were refusing to fly with them.
Happened for a long time. Still kind of does.
So, it's a terrible thing. It's going to live in our memory for a very long time. So, I mean, I hate to change subjects, but now we'll go into, you read the Antonio Brown story?
Yeah.
Okay. So I read it this morning again. I'm saying to myself, it happened on 3 different alleged occasions. She wasn't drugged. The first time it happened, why didn't she go to the police? Then it happens a second time.
Yep.
And then a year later, you decide you're going to go to Miami with him and go out. So what am I missing here? We both have daughters.
Well, I think we're missing a lot. We're missing all the facts. I mean, we're reading pieces. What are you missing? You're missing the entirety.
Meaning that she did it. It happened 3 times. Why didn't you turn him in after the first time?
And keep putting yourself in that position.
Why did you go back a second time and then go out with him a year later?
Yeah, I understand.
That's what I'm trying to.
So what you're
figure
missing,
out.
what you're missing, is the answer to that.
Yes.
How about that?
So
That's what you're missing.
I can't take Antonio Brown's side yet.
But you're leaning that way.
But can you believe her?
Yep, I got you.
I mean, this was also at the time when Antonio wasn't totally imploding and was in the midst of the bigger contract he had just signed with the Steelers that he could have gone after.
Understood.
And then no police reports, no rape kit, nothing. This is not an idiot. This is supposedly in the
break.
No, I got it. That's why we don't know.
It makes it harder when it actually does happen to report, because this is the hardest case for somebody to stand up in courtroom in a not just a lawsuit, but in a criminal case, to get proven that it happened.
Understood.
because you feel victimized all over again in court.
That's why you got to be really careful. All right, we got to hit this break.
All right.
Thanks, Lenny.
Thanks.
Yeah, I look to his point. I'll tell you what you don't know. You don't know. You don't have the answers to it. He says, "Well, why? What don't I know?" Well, you don't know the answers to any of that. So, all right, we got a break. 24606. And we got Rob Thomas tickets to give away. We got anything to give away?
Oh, we sure do. Rob Thomas again for this Friday.
2 Rob Thomas tickets. We'll do that in the 8 o'clock hour. It's the opening drive. Jeff, JJ, and Hoser on 95.9, and Jason on 95.9 FM and AM 6 in the Sports Animal. USA out at the FIBA World Cup. What?
Done. Going home.
Can't be. This isn't soccer.
Off to training camp.
The hell? 89-79. France?
The world's game.
Like, who would have been okay? Who would you have said, oh, yeah, they're pretty good?
How about Serbia?
Oh, yeah, of course. That's Serbian power.
No, they lost to Argentina. And they were the coach that was saying, if the United States plays us, may God help them.
Oh, that's
You can't
right.
even beat Argentina.
Can they play for
Who
fifth
plays
place?
basketball in Argentina? Name me one Argentinian basketball player.
Manu Ginobili, no? Isn't that where he's from? Where's
Not
he
playing.
Oh. Well, I named you one. Isn't that where he's from? I might be wrong, but I don't think I am. What was that one guy they had forever? Oscar or something? Oscar the shooter. Yeah,
Got
out.
beat by Luis Scola, Serbia.
Yeah, whatever.
You know who's going to call now and gloat about this?
Who? Stop it. Don't throw out that signal.
No, you already did with the French thing.
What? The French beat the United States. 89-70.
I'm just saying.
That's all I'm saying.
Keep an eye out for it.
All right. That's your job. 246-0610, 888-922-0610. We'll talk United coming up at the top of the hour. Devin Sandoval will be with us after his 2-goal performance on Sunday in Oklahoma City to get United back above the playoff cut line into 9th position in the USL Championship, what is it, West table?
Yes.
Okay. So we'll talk to him at 8. 9:15, Adam Deal, and there's a chance you may meet the new Gladiators coach at some point today as well. We got the Open going on. Try to strike. So tomorrow morning, we're hoping to get you some of the leaders tomorrow morning. What day is tomorrow? Thursday. So we'll probably have a player on 7:30, but we'll try to get some golf for you as the Open. The New Mexico Open's going on out at Paradise Hills. All right, Christian Yelich is out for the year. This is significant. Would you say one of the top 5 players in the game, right?
Absolutely.
Right? I mean, that's not arguable.
Top 5 offense players in baseball.
He's an MVP candidate. It was him and Cody Bellinger. Still is him and Cody Bellinger in the National League. And freak play, fouled the ball off his knee. And it looked like it hit. When you look at the replay, Christian Yelich, of course, of the Milwaukee Brewers. It looks like it hit above the knee. Like you think, oh, wow, that's going to be a pretty deep bruise. But they took him in, and they did their tests, and Christian Yelich has a fractured right kneecap after fouling a ball off of his right kneecap in the win over Miami yesterday. This is significant for the playoff run and for the rest of the season. Look at Jason. If you're watching the ProView, you get all this
it's
stuff.
a great product.
It is a great product. Is that the first you saw of it, Jason? Yeah, but it looks like it's above the kneecap, doesn't it?
No, that's right on the kneecap.
Yeah, I guess it is right on the top of it.
Injuries, we hear them, and like, oh, man. Oh, that'd be uncomfortable. That one, when I saw last night, that one caught my attention.
Yeah.
Like, fractured kneecap.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. No, everything about
Thank
that
you.
sounds miserable. Everything about it sounds
They're only a game back. The Chicago Cubs' second wild card spot.
Yep. So now they're going to have to make that run without one of the best players in baseball, an MVP, former MVP, and a guy who's up for MVP. So on the same night that the Dodgers clinched the National League West, you've got a guy who's up for MVP out for the season, which is just, I mean, almost, even if they get in, right? Even if they find their way in, you've got to say, how deep can they go without that guy, right?
Especially a team that has a negative run differential, and everything goes through him offensively in that lineup.
Elsewhere in baseball last night, so the 2 nights prior, the Astros had won, 21-1 and 15-0. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
And last night's game was 21-7. They got beat.
Wild.
Like what's going on? So 21-0. I'm sorry, 21-1 and 15-0. So that was a total of 36-1, and then they get beat 21-7. Like, it's crazy. What the A's put on them. Look out for the A's, by the way. If the A's get in, and I think Yankees, Astros, and Dodgers are cut above everybody else, but it's baseball, and you get a couple of hot pitchers and things can happen. I think the A's are pretty decent. I like their lineup. I think their pitching's okay.
Smash the baseball.
They smash the baseball.
You look at the teams in the wild card race, they have the best run differential. They're plus 137.
which is ridiculous. That means they've scored 137 runs more than their opposition.
Last night definitely helped pull them away.
All right,
but
14.
still, it was a moment for the A's that you look at that lineup, and it's not. And Chris Davis hasn't even had a good year, and he's the guy that the last 2 seasons has hit 40 home runs. And they're a team that just pieces it together. Oakland and Tampa Bay, they find a way. The Rays, what they're doing with the opener, which is continuing, and they're still leaning on that. They have Charlie Morton, who's the one guy that can go 7 innings for them, but they piece it together with their bullpen and that wild card race with them a game and a half up on the A's, who are just a half game up on the Indians. Fun stuff. It was nice to watch a little baseball last night. Take a breath, like, oh yes, it's football season, but baseball is still going on.
The A's have had some really good teams over the years. Like really good teams. You can go back to the Reggie Jackson, Bert Campaneris, Joe Rudy A's. You can go back to the Bash Brother A's.
Even the Moneyball team, they don't talk about it in the movie.
Yep.
They have Miguel Tejada, Eric Chavez. The pitching staff was Tim Hudson.
The 25 hits that they had last night were the most for an A's team since 1969, which was before all those teams.
Yeah.
Which is, I just think about what's going on there.
Baseball's broken.
No, that team is really, really, really good. They're in the wild card right now, aren't they? Are they the second wild card?
They're the second wild card. Right?
That excites me. Mm-hmm. I mean, them and Tampa Bay as the 2 wild card teams, I'm okay with that. I don't need to see the Indians.
That'd be a fun playing game.
It would be.
Between those 2.
2 small market teams, probably the 2 smallest crowds.
A couple more days, right? Probably next week. I have to get Josh Hushan on. He'll give him a little time to decompress. That was a big talking point, of course, of baseball this year in Major League.
What's that?
The baseball and what it's done to the game. There was outrageous numbers across the board in minor league baseball, which fascinates me about the way that game is played and how that also impacts talent evaluation and what teams are doing moving forward.
I look forward to that, actually. I would like that. All right, when we come back, we'll talk United. Devin Sandoval will be with us. 2 goals just a couple nights ago in a big 3-1 victory.
30.
We'll catch up with the El Dorado, right? That where he went to school?
El Dorado.
Former El Dorado star?
The rare Aztec/Lobo.
20.
Ooh.
Know that.
I did not know that. Now I do. He was at San Diego State in 2009. Wonder where his allegiance is.
10.
I have a 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal.
Dreamstyle Remodeling has been wowing homeowners in New Mexico since 1989. Selected as Best Custom Home Remodeler for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Albuquerque Journal, we're also your exclusive provider for top home improvement brands like Renewal by Anderson, Four Seasons, Blaze King, and many others. Founded and headquartered in Albuquerque, Dreamstyle Remodeling is family-owned and now employs more than 500 people across the southwestern U.S. In fact, we've helped more than 60,000 homeowners improve their home in New Mexico, Arizona, California, Idaho, and West Texas. We're committed to providing a superior customer experience. We've earned 4.6 stars with hundreds of online reviews and have an A+ with the BBB. Dreamstyle Remodeling is a proud supporter of UNM Athletics. Visit our beautiful 10,000 square foot showroom at 1460 Renaissance Boulevard across from Sam's Club or DreamstyleRemodeling.com to make your home remodeling dreams come true.
What is glamour? Frailty. What is desire? Diamonds. They say a life lived without passion is hardly worth living.
Ma'am? 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 Dang, this one made me feel all special.
beautifully handcrafted. A burger that's created from certified Angus beef, sinfully cooked to juicy perfection, and garnished with New Mexico's Hatch green chili. Tempt your taste buds with mouth-watering fresh ingredients.
Cut! We're gonna need another Laguna Burger. Try the irresistible, world-famous Laguna Burger. Visit thelagunaburger.com. It's fresh with a kick. Take 32.
Local Union 412. Find a career with benefits and not just a job at UA Local 412 Training Center. We are looking for plumbers, pipe fitters, welders, and HVAC tech apprentices and journeymen. Call 505-256-9257. Local Union 412.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green.
And keep the community green as well.
Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment.
You trash it,
We smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
ABQ ER and Hospital is changing the way you see ER in Albuquerque. We promise to see each patient within 10 minutes of arrival. ABQ ER and Hospital is now offering $25 school physicals with 100% of proceeds donated back.
The ball pitch on Saturday of this week. The New Mexico United will be back at it against Colorado Springs Switchbacks. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck, and the Golden Hoser. Glad you're with us. Sunday passed. United was in Oklahoma City. 3-1 was the result. A positive result as they beat the Energy. El Dorado High School alum Devin Sandoval had 2 goals, including a spectacular first goal to get United on top 1-0. And it was a big win for United as it moved them above the line, the playoff line. They currently sit in 9th place at the table with the top 10 teams going to the playoffs when it's all said and done. And now we're getting down towards the home stretch. Devin Sandoval joins us on the Quan's Auto Care hotline. Good morning. Devin, how you living?
Hey, good morning. I'm doing well.
Right on. What's for breakfast?
Eggs, green chili, toast.
Boy.
Told you.
He's lived here before.
Eggs, green chili, and what? And toast?
Toast,
Yeah. That's a pretty good table they have every morning, right?
Pretty standard.
Yeah, no, that's good. Hey, good one and a big one on Sunday. Good to finally get back in the win column. I know for your club, for you to get a couple of goals, and just a big one on the road as you look at a schedule now that is really, really tilted the rest of the way towards home matches in front of your crowd and games that are really going to count.
Yeah, I mean, we're excited. We're in a pretty good spot. Like you said, we got a lot of home games coming our way and a lot of opportunity to pick up some points. So, yeah, everybody's excited for this stretch right now.
Pretty spectacular first goal by you. A little bicycle kick right in the front.
Thank you. Yeah.
You all right with that one? That was.
I'll take it.
Where's that one? I mean, as far as your goals this year, now I'm sure you've had some great ones, but that was a pretty nice one, no?
Yeah, that's up there.
All right, as long as it's up there.
But yeah, they're all important.
No, Devin, your experience that you were able to have being drafted, playing with Real Salt Lake, all the other places you went, how did that prepare you for this year? Being the first person to sign for New Mexico United, knowing everything that's going to come, being back in Albuquerque, how did having that experience before set you up for everything you've been able to deal with and do this season?
Yeah, for sure. That's a good question. I've been on some winning teams before, and been around some players that have really done it in their career, and I learn from them and try to take things, away from those different locker rooms and apply it here. And I think that's been going pretty well, and I think guys have been receptive, and it's been good.
What were your expectations? Professional soccer, coming to Albuquerque, USL Championship, playing at Isotopes Park. Were you just like, hey, wait and see, or did you have a thought of what this could be this year?
Yeah, I mean, I always thought that if there was a professional team here in New Mexico, that it would do really well, and it just needed the right ownership and leadership. And thank God, Peter, he's the right guy, and he hired the right coach too. And the marketing team they've all done an incredible job, and it definitely has exceeded expectations. Though I think we're averaging around 12,000 a game, so that's pretty exciting. But yeah, we still we got a lot to play for, and we got a lot. We got to make these people happy.
Devin Sandoval is United forward. He's with us at the Quan's Auto Care Hotline. Devin, I hear a lot, Peter's the right guy and Troy's the right guy. What makes them right? What have they done that has made them the right people for an expansion franchise like this?
Oh, man, they do a lot right. I mean, first and foremost, Peter's outreach to the community. That was one of his main goals and main reasons for bringing this team here. To bring something positive here to New Mexico and bring people together. And people have really latched onto that, and, that's exactly what it is. It's, this team's bringing people together. And then Troy, he hired the right guys. Troy's been around professional soccer for a long time, and so he knows what the standard is, and he brought on a lot of good guys, and it's a good locker room, it's a good culture, and it starts there, and it translates onto the field.
Now, Devin, you're one of the rare guys that can say they were an Aztec and a Lobo. That doesn't happen much, especially with the rivalry.
You and Rocky
those.
Long, yeah.
Yeah, you and Rocky Long are in a space of their own. What was it that brought you back to New Mexico to play with the Lobos, and initially your decision to go to San Diego State after El Dorado?
It just, when I was there, it just wasn't the right fit. It's not where I wanted to be, and I wanted to be back home and play in front of my family and friends and be a Lobo. I grew up watching them, and when I was young, there was no professional soccer really, so they were as high as it got. They were pros in my eyes. And so I wanted to be a part of that. Initially, what drew me to San Diego was something new, and, it was a big school. They were playing in the Pac-12. But, I'm happy that I came back, definitely.
Devin Sandoval, a few more minutes is with us as we hit the stretch run on the schedule now. Do you feel a bigger intensity from the outside, and you tell me if this is a fair perspective, it feels like the first stretch of the season was this novelty. It was exciting. The team was doing really well. They were winning, and you were running on a lot of adrenaline. And then there was that middle part of the season where it was really dominated by the Cup run, the U.S. Open Cup run, and getting as far as you did. And now it feels like, all right, it's almost different. Now it's a stretch run towards the postseason and to make something happen. Is that a fair perspective?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, like in the beginning of the year, so much excitement, from the fans, from players. Guys most of these guys have probably never experienced that level of, excitement, and just, like that's exactly what it feels like to be a professional athlete. So that was exciting and new for a lot of people. And then, to go on that run in the Open Cup, that's also another level of excitement, beating those dramatic games, going to overtime, beating MLS teams. And then, I think we hit a little bit of a lull. But, I like where we're at now, and, we got a lot to play for. So, like I said earlier, we're all excited and think we're in a good spot.
And Devin, you mentioned experience being a professional, and there's plenty of rookies on this team that are learning it for the first time. But you know, also being a father with a young one, what does that do to you? You know, being back here, knowing that you have more family around you, has that changed your focus? That help you focus more on your craft, being back home?
I think if anything, it just grounds me, and being back home, you just I just remember things that got me to this point. A lot of good memories being here, and this is the city that shaped me into who I am today. So, everything, I try to take everything on as a learning lesson and apply it in any way I can. So, for me, being back home and having my family here, it has helped for sure.
I know you and Chris Wehan also got something big going on this weekend. Are there still spots available for the kids? And tell people what you guys are doing.
Yeah, we're running a little camp starting this weekend. Over the course of 3 weeks, we have 3 dates: the 15th, 22nd, and 29th. And if people want to sign up, they can email me at abqfa@outlook.com, or they can go onto my social media, and there's a link right there. So it's something we're really excited about, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully we can grow this and make it something exciting for people.
Very cool. All right, you got a match on Saturday, Colorado Springs, and then the rest of the stretch run. Appreciate you spending a little bit of time with us this morning. Enjoy the eggs and the green chili and the toast. And best of luck the rest of the year. We'll catch up with you soon.
All right. Thanks for having me.
See you, Devin Sandoval.
Have a good one.
You too. Devin Sandoval, former El Dorado Eagle, former Aztec, former Lobo, and current United forward. 2460610. Come on and get in. Rob Thomas tickets still to give away. Adam Deal's going to be with us at 9:15. It's the opening drive. Jeff, JJ, and the Golden Hoster on 95.9 FM. Look at that picture. On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Dreamstyle Remodeling has been wowing homeowners in New Mexico since 1989. Selected as Best Custom Home Remodeler for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Albuquerque Journal, we're also your exclusive provider for top home improvement brands like Renewal by Anderson, Four Seasons, Blaze King, and many others. Founded and headquartered in Albuquerque, Dreamstyle Remodeling is family-owned and now employs more than 500 people across the southwestern U.S. In fact, we've helped more than 60,000 homeowners improve their home in New Mexico, Arizona, California, Idaho, and West Texas. We're committed to providing a superior customer experience. We've earned 4.6 stars with hundreds of online reviews and have an A+ with the BBB. Dreamstyle Remodeling is a proud supporter of UNM Athletics. Visit our beautiful 10,000 square foot showroom at 1460 Renaissance Boulevard across from Sam's Club, or dreamstyleremodeling.com to make your home remodeling dreams come true.
What is glamour? Frailty. What is desire? Diamonds. They say a life lived without passion is hardly worth living.
Ma'am? 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 Dang, this one made me feel all special.
The world-famous Laguna Burger is beautifully handcrafted. A burger that's created from certified Angus beef, sinfully cooked to juicy perfection, and garnished with New Mexico's Hatch green chili. Tempt your taste buds with mouth-watering fresh ingredients.
Cut! We're gonna need another Laguna Burger. Try the irresistible world-famous Laguna Burger. Visit thelagunaburger.com. It's fresh with a kick. Take 32.
Local Union 412. Find a career with benefits, not just a job, at UA Local 412 Training Center. We are looking for plumbers, pipe fitters, welders, and HVAC tech apprentices and journeymen. Call 505-256-9257. Local Union 412.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green.
And keep the community green as well.
Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment.
You trash it,
We smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
ABQ ER and Hospital is changing the way you see ER in Albuquerque. We promise to see each patient within 10 minutes of arrival. ABQ ER and Hospital is now offering $25 school physicals, with 100% of proceeds donated back to the schools.
At New Mexico Highlands University, you're more than a student, you're family. Whether you're taking courses in Las Vegas, Santa Fe, Rio Rancho, Albuquerque, or Farmington, you'll get that one-on-one attention to inspire you to reach your goals. Let New Mexico Highlands help take your passion and accelerate it into a career and fulfilling life path. Find out why New Mexico Highlands is the right choice for you. Log on to newmexicohighlands.com today.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Get into the game with Garden Swartz Team Sales. They have everything you need, from screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing services, high school letterman jackets, and all high school and club uniforms and individual and team apparel with the most reliable brands like Speedline, Rollins, and Wilson. And don't forget to check out the latest F7 Shut helmet. It's all at Garden Swartz Team Sales. Give them a call, 505-884-1234. Garden Swartz Team Sales.
Perez Collision Center is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks and Albuquerque Boxing. Perez Collision Center offers expert knowledge on any of your auto body and paint needs. Give them a call today, 505-254-4655, or stop by for a visit at 2415 2nd Street Northwest in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Perez Collision Center.
The Lascombe family has been growing and crafting wine in New Mexico since 1981. Formerly known as St. Clair Winery, we're going back to our roots. And
Hope you enjoyed Devin Sandoval. He's having toast and eggs.
Don't forget the chilies.
And the chiles.
Oh, I could smell it, man.
Can you?
Making me hungry.
Classic breakfast.
All you need is a little papitas, little potatoes on the side.
Get the carbs from the bread. Good.
Well, what if he wants papitas? You know, I mean, you don't have to have them.
Well, if you have papitas and the bread, and then you get a chaining, might be a little heavy.
Is that too much?
Everyone says carbo load, but so you're out there running around.
So
it won't give him energy, you mean? It'll slow him down?
I don't know, man.
Yeesh. Maybe that's my problem.
Yeesh.
That's why I get so tired out there.
Yeesh.
Like,
All right,
I'm out.
You're going to meet the new Gladiators head coach, Marcellus Pig Brown, coming up here in the next segment. In studio, as they make the transformation to the IFL, the International, or the Indoor Football League. There's nothing international about it, unless you consider us international. 2460610 if you want to get in, 888-922-0610. I'll wait till he gets back and get this in on the next one. But all right, Todd says, can Bam Bam Stigalo look in his closet and see if he has an old Ravens Joe Flacco jersey that he can lend to JJ to wear on the OD on Joe Flacco? It's Flacco Tuesdays.
Flacco Tuesday.
If not, that might be a Christmas present request for Tilly Savalas.
No.
You won't wear a Joe Flacco jersey?
I don't wear jerseys anymore. Joe Flacco or anyone.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't either. I'm not a big jersey guy.
Not a jersey guy anymore.
Yeah.
Not my thing.
Were you?
When I was in high school.
You were a jersey guy? Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
All right, new season begins tomorrow, Jeff. You have something to talk with Nick Nurse about on Friday. The field includes 21 freshmen, 29 transfers, a few big names, so it's relegated to Golf Central. Yep, we got golf tomorrow, although we've got golf going on right now, and big names. Tomorrow we'll go out to Paradise Hills via the inventive genius of Mr. Alexander Graham Bell. And on the telephone, we'll talk with some of the leaders of the New Mexico Open as it goes on today. Lars says, I hate the schedule, Jeff. I have a week. It's all about you, Lars. I have a weekend to-do list a mile long, and many tasks can only be performed on Saturday. When Lobo football kicks off at noon, it just kills the entire day. So this weekend, I don't care if it's Notre Dame on NBC. The game is probably going to be missed, at least the first half. They'll miss you, Lars. They're going to miss you. I don't know what they're going to do without you, but they're going to miss you. That's just the way it's going to be. That's just the way it's going to be. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, Lars. All right, Gus told me nothing like PCL playoff baseball. And last night it was a dramatic walk off the court by my pick. The River Cats were winners last night. Oh. You guys took Round Rock?
Yeah, there's Express.
Yeah.
It is a series, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I still feel good about my pick.
You okay with all that? All right. All right, we got Thursday night is when we're back at the NFL, and you'll hear it on your Home for the National Football League. The sports animal Bucks and Panthers will go at each other on Thursday night. I had not known this. Carolina's like on a 7-game losing streak. Did you realize that? Well, with Cam Newton, not the team, but with Cam Newton,
with Cam Newton at quarterback,
they're on a 7-game losing streak.
That is a bit surprising. But then the injuries last year, off-season shoulder surgery, some downfield question marks in game one. Christian McCaffrey is just unbelievable, the workload that he handled. 66 snaps, never came off the field on Sunday. But it wasn't the debut everyone was expecting. Bruce Arians there, it's like immediately going to turn around. Jameis Winston still threw 3 interceptions, 17 points against 49ers. Not a great debut.
Did you see Cam's press conference yesterday at all? And he's like, man, I just want to win. I just want to win. I just want to win. And somebody asked him a question about his shoulder. I guess he didn't throw the ball down the field 20 yards in the game. He says, why don't you just ask the question the way you want to ask it, right? And
how's your shoulder?
He turned, you want to ask me how my shoulder is. And why don't you ask Tampa Bay how they think my shoulder is and ask how they play defense. Not winning gets the guys. And we'll talk to Coach Brown here in a second about winning and how important it is. But not winning when it's a guy like that gets to guys, and it's getting to that particular guy. One of the big questions on Cam has always been how he's handled adversity, right? He's a great front runner. How does he lead? How does he handle when they're not winning? And it's really, we talked about this is a big year for Derek Carr, for Marcus Mariota, and for Jameis Winston, right? Those 3 I think are huge. I think Cam's more established because he's been to a Super Bowl. He's more established with that franchise. However, I think it's a pretty big year for him to regain that swagger, to regain that status, to regain that franchise.
And with any quarterback, that athleticism is a key to their game. It's a question. So he had the foot sprain in the preseason. That didn't look like it.
You want to go to break
at all? But it was the question. Also, is can he be Cam Newton? Can he be the guy that's going to be such a difference maker with the football in his hand, not just downfield, but in the run game? in the red zone. How aggressive is he going to be there? You always get to that point in these guys' career with the hits they've taken. How much are they going to use him in that regard? And for the Panthers, I think Thursday's just going to be big for them because the Buccaneers struggled, and this is
I don't think they're very
ripe
good.
spot, short week. Panthers didn't play bad. They had that late touchdown, which made it a field goal game against the Rams. But this is a big spot for them because this is a game they're favored in, and you need to bounce back and make some plays downfield.
All right, when we come back, you are going to meet the new head coach of your New Mexico Gladiators, two-time defending. Well, they're not defending anymore because, they're not going to be in that league to defend the CIF championship. And now as they make the move over to the IFL, they've got a new head coach, and he's sitting here in studio. You're going to get to see him on ProView if you watch the television side, and you're going to get to meet him when we come back. Hey, are you shopping for your first house? Maybe it's been a few years since you've owned a home. Now you're back in the market. Obviously, it's tough to come up with the money you need for a down payment for a home. And that's why Kirtland Federal Credit Union offers you Jump Start. Jump Start is a down payment assistance program that provides a grant up to $6,000 towards your down payment. Jump Start is just for first-time home buyers and for those who have not owned a home for the last 3 years. To see if you qualify, talk to my good friends over at Kirtland Federal Credit Union's Home Loan Center. You can stop by and see them, the new Home Loan Center, centrally located on the northeast corner of Jefferson and Osuna. You can give them a call at 1-800-880-5328. That's 1-800-880-5328. All the details are online at kirtlandfcu.org/jumpstart. Kirtland Federal Credit Union, they are more than military. They are for life. Kirtland Federal Credit Union is an equal housing lender, federally insured by the NCUA.
Sports Animal Time is now 8:24, and here's another look at the roads. This report is sponsored by MVD Express. Well, I've got some great news for you folks. Let me tell you the good news first, and then we'll get to the bad. Irving is clear from earlier. Unser is also clear, and Coors and Arenal are also clear. Still active, though, right now is accident eastbound Paseo just east of the river. That it was blocking your left lane and shoulder. If you see an accident, you know where to call. Call us on the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167, brought to you by American Home Furniture Outlet and Clearance Center at I-25 and Comanche. MVD Express makes renewing your vehicle registration easy. Save time and make an appointment online at mvdexpress.com. Not sure if you need an emissions check? Just call 323-0408 and an agent will be happy to assist you. MVD Express, life is busy, they make it easy. I'm Josue with Sports Animal Traffic.
The Dan Patrick Show.
We're saying there's a chance Tiger is going to be competitive. Well, he competed last year. He won his major this year. Did Father Time actually catch up with Tiger from April at Augusta to now?
Weekdays at 1, the Sports Animal.
A better life with Dr. Sanjay Gupta.
Just like not all calories are equal, not all fat is equal either. I'm Dr. Sanjay Gupta, CNN's chief medical correspondent. I don't know anyone who doesn't at least try to maintain a healthy weight, though it really is more difficult for some people than others. Being overweight brings with it a lot of potentially serious health issues, not the least of which is heart disease. That includes atherosclerosis, plaque buildup in your arteries. Now, according to a new study out of the Albert Einstein College of Medicine, women who have more trunk fat are more prone to atherosclerosis. Women who have more leg fat, surprisingly, had a lower risk of this type of cardiovascular disease. No matter what anyone tells you, there's really no way to target specific parts of your body for weight loss. Changing your diet will help you drop pounds, and some smart exercise can help you tone up in all the right spots. I'm Dr. Sanjay Gupta, helping you live a better life.
It may not be stomach issues.
For me, it's intense gas, or pain, or diarrhea, sometimes all at once, over and over.
I spent years with the symptoms but could never figure it out.
No matter what I did, they never went away. So I decided to break it down for my doctor and get really specific about my symptoms.
We discovered that exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI, may be the reason for my stomach issues.
EPI is caused by my pancreas. It leads to diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, unexplained weight loss, and oily stools. The symptoms just don't go away.
But EPI can show up with even one symptom.
The good news? EPI is manageable.
But to get to the right diagnosis, you have to break it down for your doctor and get specific about the severity of your symptoms.
Visit identifyepi.com to learn more and use the symptom checker to help change the conversation with your doctor. Brought to you by AbbVie.
Guys, if you could feel better, wouldn't you? The better question is, if you could feel better, why would you not? Of course you would, and you can with NuMale. It's Jeff Symbieta. NuMale has helped guys all over the country. Guys who are lacking energy, dealing with hair loss, low T, and erectile dysfunction. All things that are natural as men reach a certain age is nothing to be ashamed of. In fact, the only thing to be ashamed of is if you don't do anything about it. Call NuMale at 652-1688 and feel better. NuMale offers cutting-edge programs, the latest treatments, which have benefited guys everywhere. Guys like you who are done feeling fatigued, done feeling a lack of energy, done dealing with erectile dysfunction. Call NuMale. 652-1688. NuMale is right here in Albuquerque and has a tremendous success rate. If you're suffering from erectile dysfunction, depression, tired of being tired, and just want to feel better, NuMale is for you. Call NuMale at 652-1688. 652-1688 and feel better.
Albuquerque Speech, Language, and Hearing Center is dedicated the past 66 years to helping our community by improving the quality of life in the areas of hearing and speech pathology for persons of all ages and income levels. You're invited to their annual fundraising gala Saturday, September 21st at the Hotel Albuquerque. Tickets offer an exceptional evening of entertainment while allowing them to continue to provide services to their community's most vulnerable individuals. Let's be crystal clear. They could not carry out their mission without the help of people like you. Join them September 21st and get your tickets at aslhc.org.
Bust out your lederhosen and dirndl. Marblefest is right around the corner. Marblefest is an Oktoberfest celebration that brings German and New Mexican culture together through music, cuisine, and of course, beer. On Saturday, September 21st from 11 a.m. till 2 at Marble Downtown, enjoy a very special VIP session with samples of German-inspired lagers, a commemorative tasting glass, complimentary food pairing, and live music. Then from 2 p.m. till 11 p.m., enjoy delicious German-inspired lagers, live music, awesome food, games, and more. Tickets are just $5 at the door at Marble Downtown.
Get ready to win with these sports animals pick the pros. Register at our website, sportsanimalabq.com, and make your football picks every
30 seconds.
Ultimate Man Cave Power Recliner and a flat screen TV. Full details and rules at our website. These sports animals pick the pros. Brought to you by Quant's Auto Body, American Home Furniture and Mattress, and 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Fall is here at Osuna Nursery. Keep your gardens and containers fresh with mums, pansies, and violas, ornamental kale, snapdragons, and more. Get into the fall spirit with the local New Mexican grown pumpkins and chili ristras. Osuna Nursery. Let's get growing at your neighborhood garden center.
When you're well-dressed, people say,
"Nice suit."
When you're best dressed, they say,
"Nice suit."
The JCPenney Men's Best Dressed event is happening now. Score 50% off men's select suit separates, sport coats, and dress pants from Collection by Michael Strahan, Stafford, and JFJ Farrar. And for big and tall guys, shop Shaquille O'Neal, XLG, and more. Plus, get an extra 25% off with your JCPenney credit card and coupon. JCPenney. Offers valid 9/12 to 9/18. Credit offer subject to credit approval. Exclusions apply. See store or jcp.com for details.
The Jim Rome Show. Up next at 10, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
It's going to be a new start for the Duke City Gladiators. It's an exciting time around here for sports, right? I mean, United's doing well. Isotopes always do well. New Mexico Bowl will be playing out its 14th game in December. Lobo football plays Notre Dame this weekend. Aggies and Lobos next weekend. It's kind of an exciting time, don't you think?
Absolutely.
It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck. We'll get back to your phone calls in a little bit. The Gladiators are coming off their second straight championship in the CIF. And a few weeks ago, they announced the move. They were moving to the IFL, which by every account is a step up, a better league. And then the announcement came probably, 2 weeks ago, and I know it caught a lot of you off guard, that they were changing coaches, that Dominic Bramante, who's been the head coach since their inception, was no longer the head coach. He was not going to be retained, and they're going a different way. And while they haven't made a formal announcement, the Gladiators have hired a new coach. His name is Pig Brown, Cornelius Pig Brown. He's an IFL Hall of Famer. He's been the head coach of the Nebraska Danger, and Coach Brown is with us, sitting here in studio, and congratulations. It's good to see you. Good to meet you. Welcome to town.
Oh, glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Well, appreciate you spending some time. So this is for you. First of all, IFL Hall of Famer, so you know that league. You spent 7 seasons playing indoor football, played safety at the University of Missouri, and so an extensive both indoor and outdoor football career. Why this job? Why is this right for you to come in here and be the guy who's going to lead this transition into the IFL?
I think with everything that's going on here, I think that my personality fits what they're trying to do here. You know, I know everybody know that they have a extensive championship background. What's crazy is everybody that I talk to, that that's one of the first things that I mention are the championships. But that just goes to show you how competitive the ownership is, and the guys that are already here, the coaches and stuff that are already here. They're not on those championships. They're ready to compete at a higher level, and they're ready to try to win the championship in the IFL. So I just think it's the right fit for me out here in Albuquerque.
You say my personality is what they want to do. What is that specifically? What about you, and why is that go with what they want to do?
I just think my love for the game, my experience, my passion, my fire, my desire to be great, and like I said, I just think that all of those qualities that I have it just fits right in with this championship organization.
How would you describe the IFL and the intensity and the level that this team will be facing now making this move?
At the end of the day, it's all football. But that's just like our guys going from the IFL to the CFL, and a CFL player going from the CFL to the NFL. It's definitely going to be the competition level is definitely going to be a little steeper. But at the end, like I said, at the end of the day, it's indoor football. You don't have a lot of places to move. You don't have a lot of places to run. But I think with the right coaching staff, we'll put the guys in the right position to go out and make plays and win games.
For a football player, someone that's used to open field, having a lineup, 11 on 11, what's it like when you transition to indoor football and you're placed in that different environment?
It's different. It's different. Like I said, you don't have a lot of room. You don't have a lot of room to hide. When you're playing 11-man football, sometimes teams tend to hide guys. And if you watch any level of football, you can hear commentators say, "Oh, a new guy came in the game. I'm pretty sure they're going to go pick on him." Well, in indoor football, it's 8-on-8 football. You don't have. You really can't hide anybody. Everything is compact. Everything is cut down in half. You're talking about a football field that's about 20, 25 yards in width, 50 yards in length. So I think it's just high action packed, not a lot of place to go, very physical. So I think that's just the difference. You just don't have a lot of room to hide guys.
Pig Brown is in studio. He is the new head coach of the Gladiators. You walked in and your birth name is Cornelius.
Yes, sir.
And I said, I'm not sure, and JD said that before you walked in, I'm not sure I'm comfortable calling a grown man Pig now. And you said, no, please do. That's my name. What's the origin of that? I'm sure you told the story a million times.
Like I said, I just had the name ever since I was a kid. Sometimes I ask my mom where did it come from, and she tell me stories here and there. But like I said, it's just been with me ever since I was a kid. I mean, all the way up through grade school, college.
And you're down with it?
I'm down with it. I mean, all my Hall of Fame stuff, it has Pig Brown engraved in it. All my rings and stuff like that has Pig Brown.
Because here's a man now. He walks in like you look like you could play today. Like you're in great shape, right? Doesn't he? Here's a guy going, wait, that's their new starting linebacker, right? You look like you could. I'm like, man, I like. We sure we're good with this?
Yeah. One of my things, one of my biggest things is leading by example. It's leading by example. I told the guys yesterday, I'm in way better shape now as a coach than I was as a player. But I'm one of those guys. I think that the players tend to take the personality of their coach. So if my guys see me out working, busting my behind, and trying to do what's right and just getting after it, I think that they'll tend to take that personality and they'll do the same on and off the field.
All right. You're taking over for a coach. You're talking about coaches who was very popular. Dominic Bramante was the head coach here since the inception. I know you don't know him personally, but you know about him. You know what he's done. You're stepping in for a guy who was pretty popular and just won 2 championships. When a new coach comes in, it's usually one of 2 situations: taking over for a guy who it didn't work and you're redoing the culture, or taking over for a guy who was successful and he moved on. They've been successful around here. there, and you know, I'm sure you've done your research and you know what you're stepping into.
Yeah, at the end of the day, when I got the phone call and you know, with everything that's been going on around here, at first I did ask myself, like, man, you know, why get rid of a guy that's won 2 championships? But I don't know the ins and outs of everything, and you know, and everybody else may not know the ins and outs of everything. That's between the owner and him. I wish nothing but luck. Wish nothing but the best for the guy. But well, there's an old saying that all good things must come to an end. So I feel like the organization wanted to go in a different direction, and I don't think they're making a mistake with bringing me in here. I think that with what I can bring to the table and the coaches that we already have here, I think we can do something special moving up to the IFL.
So what's the process now for you? That you just got here, you're seeing everything. What does that list look like when you start really getting to work?
Well, it's pretty much already a little easy on my end. I already have an established coaching staff that's already here. Have a good core group of guys. When you're playing at championship level football, you got to have a good core group of guys that can lead a team. So, so pretty much from this point on out, it's just kind of, you know, just getting guys, just trying to find some extra guys to plug in. Yeah, gotta wait till the schedule comes out so I can set up camp dates and tryout dates and stuff like that. But everything, it's definitely a lot easier than it was last year, being my first year as a head coach with our owner Gina, and like I said, with the coaches that's already here and some of the players that's already here. So it'll be a lot easier for me. So the main thing right now will probably just be recruiting and just trying to plug in a few more pieces.
What's life like for an IFL player?
Life is life. Life is life. Those guys what a lot of people don't know is, different leagues make different type of money. But when you're being taken care of, how IFL guys are being taken care of, sometimes the money doesn't matter. You're just doing what you love, and you're having fun doing it. So I think I played in the IFL for 7 years. Mm-hmm. I played in the IFL for 7 years, and I think those 7 years were some of the best 7 years of my life. I wouldn't trade it for anything. So I guess it's one of those situations to where it is what you make it. Everybody has dreams and aspirations on moving up to the high level. I always see it as we're just a car trying to get you to where you're trying to go. So I think the life of an IFL player is great. It is what you make it.
When we come back, Pig Brown's in studio. He's the new head coach of the Gladiators. Talk a little bit more about where you're going to find the gym, because make sure that obviously this could be a part of your life, and how you put this thing together, and just some thoughts on football and this town, what you know about it, and how you get involved, because the Gladiators have been an interesting piece of the sports landscape here. Pig Brown's in studio. He's the new head coach of the Gladiators. It's the opening drive. We're on ProView Networks and on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Dreamstyle Remodeling has been wowing homeowners in New Mexico since 1989. Selected as Best Custom Home Remodeler for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Albuquerque Journal, we're also your exclusive provider for top home improvement brands like Renewal by Anderson, Four Seasons, Blaze King, and many others. Founded and headquartered in Albuquerque, Dreamstyle Remodeling is family-owned and now employs more than 500 people across the southwestern U.S. In fact, we've helped more than 60,000 10,000 homeowners improved their home in New Mexico, Arizona, California, Idaho, and West Texas. We're committed to providing a superior customer experience. We've earned 4.6 stars with hundreds of online reviews and have an A+ with the BBB. Dreamstyle Remodeling is a proud supporter of UNM Athletics. Visit our beautiful 10,000 square foot showroom at 1460 Renaissance Boulevard across from Sam's Club, or DreamStyleRemodeling.com to make your home remodeling dreams come true.
What is glamour? Frailty. What is desire? Diamonds. They say a life lived without passion is hardly worth living.
Ma'am? Ma'am? Ma'am?
Dang, this one made me feel all special.
The world-famous Laguna Burger is beautifully handcrafted. A burger that's created from certified Angus beef, sinfully cooked to juicy perfection, and garnished with New Mexico's Hatch green chili. Tempt your taste buds with mouth-watering fresh ingredients.
Cut! We're gonna need another Laguna Burger. Try the irresistible, world-famous Laguna Burger. Visit thelagunaburger.com. It's fresh with a kick. Take 32.
Local Union 412. Find a career with benefits, not just a job, at UA Local 412 Training Center. We are looking for plumbers, pipe fitters, welders, and HVAC tech apprentices and journeymen. Call 505-256-9257. Local Union 412.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
ABQ ER and Hospital is changing the way you see ER in Albuquerque. We promise to see each patient within 10 minutes of arrival. ABQ ER and Hospital is now offering $25 school physicals, with 100% of proceeds donated back to the schools.
At New Mexico Highlands University, you're more than a student, you're family. Whether you're taking courses in Las Vegas, Santa Fe, Rio Rancho, Albuquerque, or Farmington, you'll get that one-on-one attention to inspire you to reach your goals. Let New Mexico Highlands help take your passion and accelerate it into a career and fulfilling life path. Find out why New Mexico Highlands is the right choice for you. Log on to NewMexicoHighlands.com today.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Get into the game with Garden Swartz Team Sales. They have everything you need, from screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing services, high school letterman jackets, and all high school and club uniforms, and individual and team apparel with the most reliable brands like Speedline, Rollins, and Wilson. And don't forget to check out the latest F7 Shut helmet. It's all at Garden Swartz Team Sales. Give them a call, 505-884-1234. Garden Swartz Team Sales.
You meet him. You can shake his hand. He'll introduce himself as Coach Brown. Cornelius Pig Brown is the new head coach of the Gladiators, and he's in studio with us. And you go forward now. I was asking you this. The basic fan who went out and enjoyed the Gladiators, CIF, what's the big difference, if any, that they'll see going into the IFL now?
I don't think there'll be too much of a difference. The roster probably will change because, like I said earlier, anytime you're moving up to a higher league, the competition level, it differs. So I think that the major change that you'll probably see is just the roster changing.
Okay. You went through Tingley Coliseum, and we've been through arenas so many times. I was discussing with the gentleman who owns the Omaha Beef when he was in for the championship game. He loves the arena. Understood, it's an antiquated place, but it's for indoor football. He loved it, and it feels like you really like the arena as well.
I really like the arena. I really like the layout. I really like the layout of it. And when you go to certain stadiums, you have, like I said, it may be the rows go up so high. The rows go up so high. You have fans kind of scattered all over the place. But when I went into Tingley Arena, it was like everything is like right there on top of the field, right there on
You
top
like that.
of the field. You love that, especially when teams come in from out of town and you got those fans just sitting right there screaming down on the opposing team and stuff like that. I think it's a momentum. Gainer on our side, on the Duke City Gladiator side.
What keeps you going?
What keeps me going is I think just my will to win, and I just, at the end of the day, I just want my guys to play. I just want my guys to play for me. I want my coaches to coach for me. I want my owners, I want my team owner to believe in me. So when I look over and if I see my guys going hard and I see everybody going hard for me, that's just one of those things that keep me going. And at the end of the day, if I look over and things don't look how I want them to look, then I just dig deep down inside and just find something that just motivates me.
What is it about the game of football that keeps pushing you forward? Now, this is a challenge, and you've talked openly about the IFL and the life of an IFL player. What keeps you passionate for football? Why is this game so important to you?
I think just seeing others succeed. I think that's the joy I really get out of it. I mean, my time is up. Like I said, I retired 4 years ago. My time is up. So what I try to do is, when you're playing the game of football, a lot of guys don't really, let's just be honest, a lot of guys don't really get to get coaches that's actually really played the game. Like you may have some coaches that's been around the game for 20 plus years, but have they actually been out there in the thick of things playing the game? So I think with my playing experience, I think I can really share that onto my players, like what's and what nots to do, and if they really were to go back and look at film, they'd be like, man, coach was really telling the truth. He was really out there playing the game. So I think that's what it is for me, just seeing others succeed and just sharing my knowledge on the others.
Why do you think that's so important? I don't think Bill Belichick played. I don't think Sean McVay played. That you guys were in the Super Bowl last year. I mean, I could see the value in it, but I don't know that I think it's essential.
Like I said, when you got coaches of that caliber, they speak for themselves.
Yeah.
I'm just speaking for me.
Yeah, no, I can see the value.
I'm just speaking for me. Like if things really get tough, like Bill Belichick, he may have 10 to 15 guys on his staff that's actually played the game.
They all played. Yeah,
that's actually played the game. He's just the mastermind behind everything.
Yeah.
But when me as a head coach, I actually played the game.
Right.
So, when you go turn on some old film and stuff, you're looking like, man,
there he
dang,
is,
man.
right
Maybe coach actually knows what he's talking about.
So the coach is Pig Brown, and he's in studio. He's the new head coach of the Gladiators. You don't know this town yet. And I know it's important for you to learn it. What does getting involved with the community mean? I know it's something that's important to Gina, your owner. I'm sure you guys have talked about it. What does that mean to you as you start now going around meeting people, learning about this town?
I think that means everything. When you're dealing with sports, fans, fan may see you on TV or a fan may come to the game and see you down on the field, but they never really see you.
Yeah.
So, you know, when you're walking around in the community and you actually introduce yourself, hey, I'm Coach Brown, or hey, I'm such and such. Oh, I remember you. You were the one that was out there on the field. I think just that right there, just really getting to know people, getting to know people in the community. I think that goes a long way just to show people what kind of character you have off the field.
I always wonder, where do you get players? And there's a bunch of leagues. There's a bunch of indoor leagues. When you're looking to fill a roster, how do you scout players? You find guys have been out for a year. Do they have to have played the indoor game before? And the transition to convince a guy, I never played the indoor game, will come, you might like it, this is going to work for you.
So with our league, you have a 7-man vet rule. So
a veteran is just defined as somebody who's played any form of professional football for 3 seasons.
For 3 seasons, correct. So you normally want to try and go get a few vets. Our game is different. The indoor game is different from the outdoor game. So when you have a vet or two on your team that kind of knows the ins and outs of the game and the situations of the game, that always helps the team. Me personally, when I recruit, I go all over the place. I go to tryouts. I go look for college. I go look for guys that just came out of that. So the draft that just went by in 2019, I try to go find guys from that draft. I try to go find guys that's recently two or 3 years removed from the NFL draft.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of how I do it. And you'll find a few. You just find a few guys. That's just normally my recruiting process.
All right. Well, look forward to you moving to town for good. It's nice meeting you and appreciate you spending some time with us. Congratulations on the new gig, and I know we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you so much, and thank you guys for having me. I'm excited to be here and can't wait to get this thing rolling.
He is Pig Brown, the new head coach of your Duke City Gladiators. Adam Deal's going to be here at 9:15. We'll get into your prep stuff. We'll open it up for you when we return. It's the opening drive. Happy Wednesday to you. Glad you're with us on ProView Networks at 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
With NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. Bill Belichick has now made a deal with every NFL team since taking over as the Patriots coach 19 years ago. New England is sending veteran wideout Demaryius Thomas to the Jets in exchange for a 2021 6th-round pick. The trade will be the first between these teams since 2000, when Belichick himself, fresh off a one-day stint as Jets head coach, was traded to New England for 3 draft picks. Meantime, Monday night, Raiders cornerback Garyon Conley was carted off the field on a stretcher in the third quarter with a neck injury. But some positive news Tuesday as Conley tweeted that he is good to go. Head coach John Gruden said the corner could play this week. However, bad news for Eagles defensive tackle Malik Jackson. He's going to miss the rest of the season after suffering a foot injury Sunday. Our Ian Rappaport and Mike Garafolo say Jackson suffered a Liz Frank injury and will have surgery next week. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And now you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/.
Hey, it's Michael Carlisle.
And Mike Trujillo.
We are the Sports Bar. We're Albuquerque's #1 afternoon sports talk show.
Talk sports with us every afternoon, Monday through Friday.
Listen to the Sports Bar weekdays at 3 o'clock or right here on 95.9 FM at AM 610. The Sports Animal.
You wouldn't settle when shopping for a home. Don't settle when shopping for your mortgage. If you've received a quote you aren't happy with, you don't need to go out of state for a second opinion. Kirtland Federal Credit Union is New Mexico's premier mortgage lender, offering more mortgage programs than any other local lender. And with Kirtland FCU, you'll never have to send a payment out of state. We're your local home loan lender. Head to kirtlandfcu.org/home loan and compare for yourself. Kirtland Federal Credit Union. We're more than military. We're for life. An equal housing lender. Approval based on creditworthiness and other factors. Membership eligibility applies. See your representative for complete details.
Staples is more than a place you go to make copies.
It's where a conversation with an associate sparked the idea for my business card to double as a coupon. And it's where I go to reach potential customers with custom postcards.
Staples can help make your big ideas bigger ideas. And right now, when you make a select print and marketing services purchase, you receive 20% off your next order. Staples, for your business printing and beyond. In-store only, ends 11/9/19. Exclusions apply. See staples.com/print20 for details.
Leonard Tire and Automotive has helped with Cooper tires, installation, repairs. You should really think about trusting your tire and automotive repair jobs with them. Leonard Tire Automotive been a family-run business. And one of the things I like about them, there's never been a hassle with them ever. Leonard Tire and Automotive is also car care. Change your oil almost quick as the quick stops can. They do engine repair, tune-ups, just about anything you need done on your vehicle. Stop by and see old Travis or Don Leonard today at Leonard Tire and Automotive. They're good folks, they really are. Second in Loma, so you bank in Manal.
O'Reilly. If you hear squealing and grinding noises from your vehicle, it's time for new brakes. Right now at O'Reilly Auto Parts, when you buy any set of Brake Best pads and any 2 Brake Best rotors, you'll save 10% on your total purchase. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day. Limits apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
It may not be stomach issues.
For me, it's intense gas, or pain, or diarrhea, sometimes all at once, over and over.
I spent years with the symptoms but could never figure it out.
No matter what I did, they never went away. So I decided to break it down for my doctor and get really specific about my symptoms.
We discovered that exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI, may be the reason for my stomach issues.
EPI is caused by my pancreas. It leads to diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, unexplained weight loss, and oily stools. The symptoms just don't go away.
But EPI can show up with even one symptom.
The good news? EPI is manageable.
But to get to the right diagnosis, you have to break it down for your doctor and get specific about the severity of your symptoms.
Visit identifyepi.com to learn more and use the symptom checker to help change the conversation with your doctor. Brought to you by AbbVie.
K240BL Albuquerque is 95.9 FM, 610 KNML Albuquerque, the sports animal.
Hope you enjoyed that. I enjoyed that. It was nice meeting him. It's going to be interesting, JJ, to watch this go down because Dom was very, very popular, and I think this young man that we just met has a personality that can make him very popular as well, don't you?
I do. And the conversation is fascinating when you're talking about a coach. And to your point, you're right. When you look at a Bill Belichick and Sean McVay, like these guys weren't in the NFL trenches. I think it resonates differently for a coach at this level. Like, 'cause that's a grind. Like, you don't have dudes falling back on big time contracts. So if you have a coach that went through that grind, did it for 7 years, showed his passion, showed what you can benefit from it, I do think that might resonate a little bit differently at this level than.
No, I think your point is right, and as is his, I think it's an advantage if your coach has played. I just don't think it's an essential.
I think it's not essential, but I think it means more at this level than trying to sit here and look at Nick Saban with just recruiting everything
Dabo
he falls back on.
Did Dabo play?
Probably but not at like that level. Yeah. And most of these guys haven't played at that level. But I think when you have the head coach, the coaching staff, to his point, there's a lot of former players on these staffs that have been there. Jared Mayo for the Patriots, he's out there calling defensive plays with
no doubt.
Bill Belichick's son, and he was the guy that was on the field. for the Patriots. So your point's right. You don't have to have been the guy in the trenches, but I think at this level, that can probably resonate differently when dudes are going from practice to working a job during the week.
No, I agree with you. At this level, I probably think it's probably more essential than it is at the elite levels. And you asked Pig Brown, and it's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck, Jason Hoser, or Hoser and Jason. I don't want to. Don't put him. Jump him on the.
Hey,
on
no
the
fight, eh?
Not in particular.
I was here first, Jason.
Pig Brown was just in, the new coach of the Gladiators, and you asked him about the life of an IFL player. His life is life. Football is football. But off the air, we were talking about it, and they don't make a lot of money. In fact, they make very little money. And now they have housing paid for and meal vouchers and things. So they probably, there's, he says, what do they spend it on? Well, they got life, right? They got a phone bill, right? Their cell phone bill, and they've got trips to go here, and they got families.
They'll end up eating more food than probably a meal voucher.
Right. So,
could you have a family though? That almost means like you got to be a single guy, or else your wife's got a nice job, kind of like Tom Brady.
Could you have a family? You're struggling, right? You're doing this for a passion. And he said, guys have jobs. Like some guy will go work 15, 20 hours a week in the community because they're making not a whole lot of money doing this. You got to love this. And I also wonder how those calls go, right? Let's just pick a guy that just finished his college career at whether it's UNM or if it's Michigan or San Diego State. And he gets a call from a guy named Pig Brown, who's coaching indoor football in New Mexico. And do you think about it? I guess if you're sitting around going, what am I doing with my life? Well, maybe I'll go to Albuquerque and play indoor football. Right?
That is for love of the game.
What do you do? Yeah. No, I thought it was interesting, and it's going to be an interesting transition. All right, 246-0610 is where we get in, 888-922-0610. You can send emails, Jeff at 610knml.com, JJ at 610knml.com. You can find us on the internet. It is on the interwebs. The OD and the AM on the Facebook, _ JJ Buck on the Twitter, and we're on television. We're on your ProView networks. Channel 26 on Comcast.
Well, some of us are.
Well, you're kind of in the background there. Yeah, see, there you are waving. That's Hoser back waving in the background. Look at the whole flashing the guns. You are Jack. Have you worked on Jason? Have you worked on a camera for him, a hose cam? They're working on a hose cam.
All right.
He's
They're
like,
working. I'll even carry it with me,
The
man.
answer was,
put it on my chest. I can put it on my chest.
You got to stay hungry, Hoser. You got one trophy.
Yeah.
You got to stay hungry.
That's enough.
You got to be on the. You got to be on the number 2. You got to be on the Cincinnati.
I'm definitely working on it.
You spend the whole morning with the new boss back there. I mean, you and him are tight now. All the time you spend together. I know. How long is he new for, by the way, the boss?
The boss.
I mean, how long defines
at least 6 months, right? And then he'll be like, "All right, you're here to stay. I'll start doing what you say." No, I'm just
fair
kidding.
enough. All right, got emails. KW hates this schedule. It's from Lars. He says, Jeff, I already read you this one. Yes, you did. Yeah, sorry about that. Richard says it happens everywhere, Jeffrey. People act like University Stadium's the only venue in the country that isn't filled up when a lesser opponent comes to town. Well, after losing here, the Bearcats returned home against their patsy, Panhandle State. I didn't know this. Do you know what Sam Houston State did last week? According to Richard, they beat Panhandle State 77-bagel. Woo. In front of a crowd of less than 5,000 in their 13,000-seat gym. And they cannot use Labor Day weekend as an excuse. It happens everywhere. I don't know what their average attendance is at Sam Houston State. They got a 13,000-seat stadium. I'm going to guess their average is probably right around what they had, right? 77-bagel? Dan says, Wise Pies watch, Jeffrey, Juan Jose, and J-Ho. I heard about there being a watch party for Notre Dame once. Is that still on? Will there be any kind of pregame coverage originating from there? I've seen pretty much zilch marketing of this game coming from South Campus. Is there a watch party? You're looking at me like, huh?
I don't have.
How do you do that, Josue? Huh? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have no idea. I'm looking for you right now, but I don't know if there's a watch party. The watch party is for me is in my living room, but I don't know. 7th ranked Notre Dame By the way, we'll have the game over on KKOB. What time does the game start? Noon?
12:30 kickoff.
12:30. You doing pregame? You in on the pregame?
I will be in studio.
All right.
Doing stuff.
So 12:30 kickoff, 11:30 pregame show over on News Radio KKOB. You can listen to the game there. The game's on NBC. Mike Tirico and Chris Sims, right?
Doug Flutie.
And Doug Flutie. I think Chris Sims is on it too. No?
I don't know. Doug Flutie was the only one that was listed.
All right. Mike Tirico and Doug Flutie. Doug Flutie's got a UNM connection. He used to be at all the women's basketball games. That was kind of a big deal back in the day. That was might have even been before you.
That was before me.
Yeah. One of the cool things I think Bob Davie said yesterday, he said, I saw the absolute best at UNM. Yeah. I know there were people who were really, for whatever reason, it bothers people that he won't say exactly what happened. And whatever. I think everybody kind of has heard what's gone on. To me, if the man doesn't want to talk about exactly what happened, that's his right. That doesn't bother me. But he said they saved my life, that it was very serious. And we've all heard about it. Does it bother you? Because it doesn't bother me that he doesn't want to get into the details of the medical and exactly what happened. He says, I've never had high blood pressure. I've never taken an aspirin. I mean, all that leads you to a certain place, right? When he talks about, I mean, why do people take the baby aspirin every day? Right, the high blood pressure thing. I mean, it all kind of led you to wherever it is you want to go. Does it bother you that he didn't get into details?
It doesn't bother me.
Me neither.
Because the magnitude of that incident, and just everything that happened, to see him just back really as quickly as he was, just was a credit to everything that took place on Saturday night, and then the days after that with his medical attention. And he also brought up that he didn't want to bring too much attention to himself. He did an interview in the Chicago Tribune. I saw a story, and he said he didn't want to pull Hugh Freeze. It's kind of, hey, look at me. It's all about me type of thing. He just wanted to come back, show his team is okay, and then kind of move forward.
Yeah. The line he said, they absolutely, I think it was absolutely, but they saved my life. And, he's forever grateful. And I think there's a lot to that.
Yeah,
man.
Talk about the right moment, right time. Everybody was right there.
Well, if that happens at another time.
I know.
I mean, if that happens when he's
driving home or something. Oh, man.
Yeah. All of that is dead right. All right, 246-0610, 8889-220-0610. I believe Adam Deal is going to be with us when we come back. We'll get into the high school stuff. You can send emails, jeff@610knml.com, JJ at 610knml.com. Guys, if you could feel better, would you do it? Of course you would. The real question is, if you could feel better, why would you not do it? You can. All you got to do is call NewMale. NewMale's helping guys all over the country. Guys who are lacking energy, dealing with hair loss, low T, erectile dysfunction, all things that are natural when men reach a certain age. Fellas, it's nothing to be ashamed of. In fact, really, the only thing to be ashamed of is if you don't do anything about it. Do something about it. Call NewMale at 505-652-1688. 505-652-1688, and you will feel better. NewMale offers cutting-edge programs, the latest treatments, which are benefiting guys everywhere. Guys maybe like you who are done feeling fatigued, lack of energy all the time, erectile dysfunction. Call NewMale, 505-652-1688. NewMale's right here in Albuquerque. They've got a tremendous success rate. If you are suffering from erectile dysfunction, depression, tired of being tired, just want to feel better, NewMale is for you. Call them, 505-652-1688. 505-652-1688 and feel better.
The Jim Rome Show. The sport.
Dreamstyle Remodeling has been wowing homeowners in New Mexico since 1989. Selected as Best Custom Home Remodeler for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Albuquerque Journal, we're also your exclusive provider for top home improvement brands like Renewal by Anderson, Four Seasons, Blaze King, and many others. Founded and headquartered in Albuquerque, Dreamstyle Remodeling is family-owned and now employs more than 500 people across the southwestern U.S. In fact, we've helped more than 60,000 homeowners improve their home in New Mexico, Arizona, California, Idaho, and West Texas. We're committed to providing a superior customer experience. We've earned 4.6 stars with hundreds of online reviews and have an A+ with the BBB. Dreamstyle Remodeling is a proud supporter of UNM Athletics. Visit our beautiful 10,000 square foot showroom at 1460 Renaissance Boulevard across from Sam's Club, or DreamstyleRemodeling.com to make your home remodeling dreams come true.
What is glamour? Frailty. What is desire? Diamonds. They say a life lived without passion is hardly worth living.
Ma'am? Ma'am? Ma'am?
Dang, this one made me feel all special.
The world-famous Laguna Burger is beautifully handcrafted. A burger that's created from certified Angus beef, sinfully cooked to juicy perfection, and garnished with New Mexico's Hatch green chili. Tempt your taste buds with mouth-watering fresh ingredients.
Cut! We're gonna need another Laguna Burger. Try the irresistible, world-famous Laguna Burger. Visit thelagunaburger.com. It's fresh with a kick. Take 32.
Local Union 412. Find a career with benefits and not just a job at UA Local 412 Training Center. We are looking for plumbers, pipe fitters, welders, and HVAC tech apprentices and journeymen. Call 505-256-9257. Local Union 412.
Get to your big Adam Deal segment. I know you've been waiting for it. I got an email. It's from Jack. He says, "What is JJ doing, Jeff? It looks like JJ's rushing to finish a homework assignment that's due after the show." I guess he's watching you diligently write down your notes. Yeah.
It's called prep work, my guy.
He's doing his prep work, your guy.
Notes for the show. I write everything down. It helps me retain information. I just like to keep track of things, whether I'm at a game or during the show.
I noticed that yesterday, too. I was watching the yesterday's show back again, and I was like, man, JJ is scrolling there quick. But then he'll stop. He'll pick up certain things. It's like, wow, look at that. There's the professionalism of his eye. He's got different colors. He's got that great eye that'd be like, oh, this is good. I could use this. I could use this.
That is. All right, we're getting Adam Deal in a minute. Let me hit this. Rudy's been holding. Good morning, sir.
Hey, what's going on?
Lots. What's happening?
Well, it's Wacky Wednesday, right?
I imagine so, yeah. It's wacky.
If you haven't seen it, and I think you probably have, or maybe you were there, I invite people to just go to golobos.com and watch the press conference with Coach Davey and Sagatuatele. I think it would be very interesting for people to get a perspective on exactly what's going on, what happened, and how University of New Mexico is moving forward. Who covered that for the Sports Animal?
I was there. So, okay. And Carlisle and Trujillo were there.
What were your impressions? I didn't get to see it live.
I thought it was just good to see Bob. I think, no matter what you think of him as a coach, and that's, whatever. I mean, the man's a human being, and it was good to see him there, and I thought he did the right thing and said the right things in the right way. It was uplifting. It was good to see him, and I thought it was right.
There was a lot of emotion there, and I think it just shows you that the man isn't the stone that people want to portray him as. I just think that whatever people think of him, I think they should look at the fact that this is a resource. You know, the guy spent 10 years in the booth. He's been to every college football stadium in the country, and I just don't get why we don't appreciate that more, because we should. Because this is an opportunity to learn more about what other people are doing to do two things. One, compete, and two, catch up if we're behind.
Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. All right, are you going to Notre Dame? Are you going on that trip?
No, unfortunately, a good friend of mine from Michigan passed away, so the weekend after I'm heading out to Ann Arbor, and it's just too much, you know, in 1 month. So I'm going to sit this one out. Actually, I'm going to be at the Pit. I think that would be interesting.
So is there a watch party
there? Over there, and if people haven't heard, you know, at 12 o'clock you can go over to the club section. Mm-hmm. You walk up one flight of stairs or take the elevator, and you can see the U.S. Bank club section, and you can watch the game. There's going to be the game on TVs, and I think it's a chance for Lobos to mingle. I know all over the country there's watch parties everywhere, and the demand for tickets from UNM alumni is through the roof. And so there's going to be a lot of cherry and silver, and you probably won't have a hard time spotting it in all that gold and green and blue, whatever their colors are. You know how I feel about Notre Dame as a Michigan fan.
All right, enjoy it out there, and appreciate it, Rudy. Thanks.
Sure thing.
All right, care. See you. A lot of people are going. You ever been to Notre Dame?
That's like a dream of mine.
Is it?
South Bend.
Really?
Like, tradition, amazing.
Rudy.
Is it a tradition unlike any other?
I don't know. That's the Masters. Adam Deal's here. It is...
Bothman's going. Steve Davis is going.
Is he?
Yeah.
Who's he going with?
I mean, he's just a big time.
He is the big dog. He is the big dog. I thought he was going to Portales.
That's today. It's Western New Mexico.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's the difference?
Hey, come on now.
What?
Greyhounds for life.
You've been doing those games, huh?
We've been doing Highland games, actually. Actually, that was a disaster. So.
All right, never mind.
No, real quick though. The Jason Poe was there, so there's a lightning delay from 1 o'clock until 9 at night.
Shut up.
Wait, how do you have an
just
8-hour lightning delay?
So that's why I'm telling
you guys sat there for 8 hours?
I didn't. Jason Poe, our man here.
You didn't tell me that story.
It was a disaster.
Do you get paid hourly?
Is there someone standing in the middle of the field with like a metal pole? Like, how do you have an 8-hour lightning delay? What is happening?
I guess you'd have to ask Jason, but I just know that he was there forever, and it was probably very frustrating for.
Oh, all right. Enjoy that. So they make that up, and they just call it a
kite with a key on it. What's going on?
Just cancel that. Yeah,
they'll play it again on a Wednesday. All right. Adam Deal from ProView Network.
Trying to discover electricity. What's going on?
All right. What do you got this week? What was last week's game? It was Clovis and
Clovis Rio Rancho. Rio Rancho thumped them. And they needed it. They were 0-2, and Clovis was 2-0, and I think a lot of people had Clovis winning that game. And Rio Rancho, get this, Clovis only had 5 first downs in the game. They scored 4 touchdowns. All those touchdowns were more than 60 yards plus for Clovis, so they had big plays. But Rio Rancho ended up winning pretty big, so they won by 3 scores, and Rio Rancho all of a sudden have life. So it was a big win for them. Game. That's why. Yeah. Now, Cleveland thumped El Dorado. Kind of thought that would happen. El Dorado's down this year, 63-21. And get this, Dante Bernard had 5 touchdowns. Now, you might know the name Preston Bernard, right? Preston Bernard, who won a Super Bowl with the Rams.
No, it does.
So it's his grandson playing for Cleveland. I'd never even heard of the kid. Yeah, his grandson, and he scored 5 touchdowns in the game. And there's another weapon, I guess, that came out of nowhere that now you have to look at Cleveland.
Good for them. Good for them. What are you doing this week? Cleveland Mayfield? That would be my guess, but no.
So Cleveland Mayfield will be on Comcast 26. Yeah, and then our My 50 game of the week will be Monsanto at Volcano Vista.
Ooh, the Melfi kids.
Yeah. So Monsanto struggled last week against Centennial. And then they got a huge game as
33-0.
I mean, listen, yeah. And then Volcano Vista is ranked number 1 in the state, and so could be a tough one. I mean, Cleveland.
So why'd you pick that one?
Well, listen, we haven't had any APS schools in our My 50 game of the week. We thought that might be important. So
is it?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, they got to be good, right? Who's the best APS school?
It's Volcano Vista. So you're getting number 1 on TV, but they are playing Monsanto, and if they
you got to put Alabama on TV.
There you go.
Notre Dame, New Mexico is going to be on NBC.
Yeah. Mike Tirico.
See what I'm saying?
Love Mike Tirico.
So yes, all right. What else I missed last week when I was out of town?
There was a record-setting performance.
Yes. Right? Are you talking about Dominic Camacho? Mm-hmm. So Dominic Camacho, the kicker for La Cueva, hit his 30th all-time field goal, which has broken the New Mexico high school state record for all-time field goals. I would think that number would be a little bit higher, but congratulations to Dominic Camacho, who's been fantastic. He's been starting.
We go for it on fourth down in New Mexico.
There you go.
I love that you're giving the kicker love.
Every once in a while, Will Lutz, a record-breaking kicker in Albuquerque, you got to give him there.
So yet, is that illegal to recognize a kicker?
No, I'm liking it actually.
Guy.
No, I mean a lot of people are anti-kicker guys. So
he's an anti-kicker guy. That's why I was surprised it came from him.
Yeah, there's too many times that you play it safe and you're like, oh, we're just gonna punt it.
He's an anti-kicker guy, isn't he?
Win the game.
Hey, one of our callers called in. He said Preston Denard played in Super Bowl 14
for the Rams against the Steelers.
Yeah, and lost to the Steelers. Correct.
Yeah, for the Rams against the Steelers. Right. No, I knew that. You're the one who didn't. Well,
no, I know. You said his name didn't sound familiar, so I
know Preston. No, it was the sarcasm. You're like, sounds familiar. No, that was sarcasm. I know Preston. I know who he is. Yeah.
I thought you really didn't know.
No.
¿Qué pasó con Jeff?
Gotta pop that balloon.
Yeah, sorry, man. No, I know Preston.
Man, you know everybody, right?
I don't know.
No, you do. No, seriously.
Help me out of this one.
I'm going to start dropping your name everywhere I go.
Let's see what that does.
I work for Jeff Symbieta.
Hey, so Cibola 3-0. Go Cougars.
They won the battle of the undefeated, Highland and Cibola. And Cibola,
they're the best APS team, damn it.
Well, so Cibola's going to take on La Cueva on Saturday.
Ooh.
That's on ProView Networks, by the way, of course.
What are the Bears?
La Cueva versus Cibola.
It's a young team, though. It's good to see some success.
It is. It's good.
When did Volcano start?
Like, when did they about open? A decade in.
Yeah, because I remember...
2009, I think it was.
Yeah, 2006, my graduating class had 1,000 kids at Cibola. It was a monster, just school. And then once Volcano came in and started separating everything,
and everyone wants to go to the new big bad school.
And they came on hot. I remember that first year. I mean, they were already ranked.
They lost in the semis when they should have won against Goddard. They were a 4A team when 5A was the biggest class then. But I mean, Volcano, make no mistake. And La Cueva went, by the way, and beat Las Cruces. I told you guys, everyone was talking about Las Cruces, and you got to start beating some big teams before you can get your credibility back. I'm just saying.
Is Wallen still the coach there at Volcano?
Wallen is still the coach.
So he's been there since the start, right?
He's been since it incepted. I think he came from Oñate.
Yeah, and I remember that, and that's what stood out that first year in 2009. I was like, whoa, this is the Oñate Knights all over again, because before that, they used to. They used to rule, back in the, what'd you say, if it was 4A at the time?
Yeah, it was 4A, and they had they had with this huge offensive line, defensive line.
Yes, big guys.
Now they do again, though. Guys, they have the best line in the state. And when I was saying Las Cruces lost to La Cueva by a couple scores at home, and I think again, Jeff, we're looking at the same teams. You're looking at La Cueva, you're looking at Cleveland, and you're looking at Volcano Vista. I think Rio Rancho is kind of creeping up into that conversation, and then Centennial's undefeated. Maybe they're there. I think Clovis has a little bit of ways to go still. So I think you're looking at kind of almost the same group as last year as things are starting to play out. At least for now, that's what it looks like.
So you think Rio Rancho has no problem on the road at Las Cruces this weekend?
No, I think that's a very good game, and I think if Rio Rancho could win that game, then they can start to fit into this picture, and okay, maybe you could see them knocking off a Cleveland or a Volcano. Remember, Rio Rancho is going to play Las Cruces, they're going to play Cleveland, they're going to play Volcano, and they're going to play La Cueva still. So still the top 4 teams in the state, and they've already played Centennial and Clovis, who are right there. So and then the team from Pine Creek. So very tough schedule, obviously. I think it's helped Rio Rancho. You watch Isaiah Chavez was brilliant. They have a sophomore running back who scored 4 touchdowns, Zach Vigil. He had a fantastic game on Friday night, and he's having a great year. Rio Rancho's a dangerous team. Just watch them. I think they'll make it a good game in Cruces. I think I might even pick them, actually. I think they're a little bit better on the offense and defensive line than Cruces, and I think that might help them. I got a feeling about them. I do.
Adam Deal's in studio from ProView Networks. He'll be here for another segment. We'll talk more high school stuff when we get back. A matchup down south that might be of interest to some of you around here. We'll get into that a little bit and continue the high school sports talk. He's the executive director of ProView Networks. He gets us on the air on the television side. Well, he doesn't really. Jason does, but he makes sure everything happens, from the administrative. Well,
I act like I.
Yeah. He takes the credit. That's right.
There you go.
That's right. He's in studio. It's the opening drive. We're on ProView Networks, and 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
The Sports Bar with Michael and Mike.
I wish I was doing nothing and getting paid that kind of money. If it makes you feel any better, you're doing nothing and getting paid. It's just not that kind of money. You keep not trying, and one day maybe you'll get there.
Weekdays at 3, The Sports Animal.
Jeff Posa from Posa's Tamale Factory and Restaurant in Santa Fe, where we make our famous tamales fresh by hand daily. I wanted to take this opportunity to thank some of the restaurants and local businesses in northern New Mexico that have supported my products throughout the past 40 years. Lids Market, El Causeño Restaurant in Taos, Stop and Eat Drive-In, La Cocina Restaurant, Triple S Grocery, and Center Market in Espanola. If you're having a craving for tamales, don't wait until December. Come on in to Posa's Tamale Factory and Restaurant in Santa Fe. We've got you covered all year round.
You may not notice it's a protein bar. Dark chocolate and crunchy peanuts will do that. Plus, they'll get your family moving again. Nature Valley Peanut Butter Dark Chocolate Protein Bars.
When it comes to your health, what does delivering more mean? It means delivering more of the best and brightest, the state's only academic and research-based medical center. It means delivering more for families. It means adding technology, expanding services, making medical advancements, and reaching a higher level of care. Delivering more means access to New Mexico's only Level 1 trauma center, more area locations, and more personalized services. UNM Health. Delivering more.
Ugh, those nachos were rough on my stomach.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Try new Pepto-Bismol liquid caps for fast relief and ultra coating.
Nausea, heartburn, indigestion.
New Pepto-Bismol liquid caps. Use as directed.
It's time for some straight talk. Look, you wouldn't spend more to get the exact same thing, would you? No. So when I tell you that Straight Talk Wireless runs on the same cell towers as the big guys but charges up to half the cost, you see where I'm going with this, right? Get America's best 4G LTE networks for less. The unlimited plan is just $45 a month with 25 gigs at high speeds, then 2G. Straight Talk Wireless, everything for less.
Savings may vary. See straighttalk.com.
From the moment the first note is played, the music takes over. Sandia Resort and Casino presents Grammy winner Peter Frampton. Finale, The Farewell Tour, presented by SiriusXM, with special guest Jason Bonham's Led Zeppelin Evening. September 24th, 7 p.m., Sandia Amphitheater. Tickets on sale now at Sandia Box Office or online at sandiacasino.com.
Leonard Tire and Automotive has helped with Cooper Tires, installation, repairs. You should really think about trusting your tire and automotive repair jobs with them. Leonard Tire Automotive been a family-run business. And one of the things I like about them, there's never been a hassle with them ever. Leonard Tire and Automotive is also car care. Change your oil almost quick as the quick stops can. They do engine repair, tune-ups, just about anything you need done on your vehicle. Stop by and see old Travis or Don Leonard today at Leonard Tire and Automotive. They're good folks, they really are. Second in Loma, so Eubank and Manal.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. But
30 seconds, last spot.
Powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
The Dan Patrick Show, today at 1, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Back at it. Opening drive, Justin Bieta, JJ Buck, Hoser, Jason, Adam Deal. What's up?
And now, Mr. Jeff Symbieta.
All right, you can start now.
Oh, okay.
All right. You all right with that?
I was giving you the intro. Man.
Hey, have you asked him about your big Los Lunas Roswell game coming up this week?
I have not, no.
Oh, that might as well be a ProView Network's My 50
Old
Game
habits.
of the Week kind of a game, no?
It is. I mean, it should be.
That's
it's
the caliber, right?
It's in Roswell. So
yeah, the Wool Bowl, one of the best venues in the state.
I think there's 3 teams in 5A, and that's it. And it's Los Lunas.
So that's all that plays 5A football?
It's your defending champs, Roswell, the Coyotes, and then Goddard. And get this, the week after, we will be there in Los Lunas for that one.
Goddard
My-50
against
it'll
Los
be,
Lunas?
Yeah, it'll be Goddard. Los
You guys
Lunas.
go all the way to Valencia County?
We do. We love Los Lunas. Actually, they're B-dubs up there. They hook us up, so that's a good spot.
When Steve Davis has something hooked up, like he uses that hookup, right? You know what I mean?
I know what you're talking
He
about.
doesn't
Only winners get wings.
Oh.
And so because our
And what do the
Broncos
losers
are
eat?
winner,
They don't get to eat?
Yeah.
We get
Vámonos.
wings.
Sandwiches, man.
You get Capri Sun and orange slice.
I'll be honest too. Everyone kind of really makes sure that they get their wings. Like, hey, can I get a 50-piece half? You know what I mean?
Half.
You got that a 99-piece combo.
What do you do with a 50-piece? Like, I
Man,
mean,
that and then it goes on the next day, right? You eat them the next day for breakfast.
yeah,
If you
but
got a
yeah.
road trip, take them with you.
Crack an egg over them.
Hey, who's player that now 3-4 weeks into the season that has emerged that maybe was not on your radar? Is it the quarterback at Cibola? Is that probably the freshman kid at Cibola? Is that the guy?
Chavez. I mean, has to be on some people's radar, and he's taken a couple of freshman bumps, but he's been fantastic. I think it's Bernard.
Look at the double box.
Bernard,
by the way.
excuse me,
Look
Jonathan
at
Bernard.
you and Jared are on TV. He's double boxed this thing. Look at the production quality on ProView. I mean, your
Jason,
people
give
are.
the man a
Jason's a
trophy.
stallion.
Trust me, they're awesome. I know
All right,
that.
so Denard and Chavez at Cibola.
I think so, and now all of a sudden, but I think just Deontay Denard is I think it's like nobody expected another athlete that you have to worry about at Cleveland. Trey Watson just broke his arm, and so he's going to be out for a few more weeks still. And then you've got Dorian Lewis, who is still recovering, by the way. I watched him play against El Dorado. I thought he looked great. I don't think Cleveland is using him all the way right now because they're kind of like, hey, we don't need to. We're beating El Dorado big time, that kind of thing. But they just got more weapons, and so I think Denard is a guy that you're going to learn week in and week out after watching what he did to El Dorado. He is elusive, big target, 6'1" receiver, just that is making people miss. And I didn't even hear about him. I mean, it's my job to figure out who these kids are, and I didn't even know about him until this last week. So I don't think anybody really did.
Omar's watching on ProView, and he says, "Ooh, I'm loving the Real Meal Deals cap." Yeah, whatever.
Hey, don't hate, man.
It's a good start.
Yeah, it's a nice.
Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing.
Yeah, fair enough. All right. What else we got besides the footy? You got a lot going on ProView Networks.
So we have the APS Volleyball Metro Championship on Saturday. Projected start time is 6 o'clock from Del Norte High School. We will have it live. It's a big Saturday because you got La Cueva and then the undefeated Cibola Cougars, and then we will have that night the APS Metro Championship. So we'll see. Also, we do have some soccer for you. El Dorado's going to take on St. Pius as Sartans.
Who's calling that?
I will be there for that one.
Ooh.
It's fun. We like doing, we like to mix it up.
Who's calling volleyball
games? And Sebastian Noel will end up calling the volleyball championship game, which I project it will be La Cueva Cibola. My guess, the two best teams I think in volleyball. Now, my wife, she is the assistant coach for Volcano Vista, and so she's going to be very upset if she heard that. So good thing she's teaching right now in school. So
she doesn't listen
I'm
to
going
what
to
you
keep
do.
that. Yeah, thank you. That's probably very accurate.
Wait a minute, Adam's
Only
like
when you screw up, that's when she's listening. Dude, I can't believe you said that.
Yes.
You ever get that?
Oh, I mean, the one time that I bring anything up that she's coaching right now, she's probably listened to this and she's going to get on me. So,
does Chili listen to your show? Does she listen? Do you hear about it ever?
Hmm?
Anything ever good?
No.
I got to remind my wife and kids to listen.
You do?
Yeah.
They forget. Daddy left early, but I forgot why.
Yeah, they're like,
as long as he comes
Where's
home and
he
brings
at?
home the bacon.
Exactly.
That's all that really matters. All right, so we got volleyball and soccer coming up.
Yeah.
Big matchup we should look at this weekend. It's Roswell, the game in Roswell, right? And then the Rio Rancho.
I think Rio Rancho Las Cruces is a very big game, Jeff. Yeah, you're right. Interested to see that. I'm telling you right now, Isaiah Chavez is top 3 quarterback in the state, and he's getting better every week. And Rio Rancho's offensive line. Listen, Clovis on the My 50 game of the week last week. Clovis, like twice as big as Rio Rancho. You go on the field, Chris Williams and I called the game. We're just like, there's no way they're going to be able to push these guys around, and they did. Rio Rancho owned the game at the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. I think they're better. I think it helped them having this early hard schedule, and so I think it's going to be tough. But I think they'll come out with a big win on Saturday. We'll see. It's a big game, I think, especially for Rio Rancho, because I think Las Cruces will end up being able to win their district or at least take second behind Centennial. They're probably playing for their title in that district, which will get them a high seed in the playoffs. I think Rio Rancho, because of what we've talked about in their tough schedule, these important wins are going to be so big because they could end up taking third in their district with Volcano and Cleveland there. So these side wins, these non-district games are big.
All right. What do you think of Bob Davie yesterday, making his meet with the media and what you saw and heard?
I like what he had to say, and I don't think he has to disclose specifically what happened. It's his health and his issues going forward, and I kind of respected how he came out and the way he talked about his staff. I really like. I know Jason Pohl and I were, and Jason was directing. We're doing now the Lobo Coaches Show, and so this.
Who did that yesterday? Was it Saga or was it Davey?
It was Saga, and he was fantastic. The way he handled it, and just the way he spoke highly of Bob Davie, I really enjoyed. I guess I've never been able to talk on the inside, I guess, of some of the coaching staff, and so for the last couple of days we have been, because we're doing this Lobo Coaches Show with ProView, and so it's kind of been fun. And I actually really enjoyed what Bob Davie said in his presser, and then I love what Saga had to say in the Coaches Show, which you could see here in a couple days.
Where does that air?
So it'll air on AT&T Sportsnet.
That's correct.
And so it'll play on that,
Wow.
and then it'll re-air on ProView Sports Network. So it's a nice little deal.
You guys producing some big time stuff.
I'm telling you, and the crew, you know them all. Josh Brown, Aldany One, and Jason Pohl, they took care of it. They made some killer graphics and just made the show really nice. So excited about it.
All right, what's coming up on ProView next? When's your show on?
So our show, the ProView Rundown, it's every Tuesday and Thursday. So next, Jason, you want to help me out here?
His mic's not hot.
Oh, Red Menace.
Was that Carlisle?
Carlisle, Leroy Lucero at times.
What do you mean at times?
Michael Frankel. Well, he's there sometimes. He's not.
So Carlisle and Michael
does a really
Frankel,
good job with all
they're
of
now the Red Menace?
Well, they've been doing it.
All right. Enjoy the week.
Thanks for having me, guys, as always.
The My 50 game of the week will be Manzano and Volcano Vista. You can watch Adam Deal and Chris Williams, the former Rio Rancho star, the former New Mexico State star, the former pro football star.
What?
Yeah, that's right. That's who's calling the game. Not him. It's Chris Williams, along with Adam.
I don't look like a former NFL player.
Well, he asked what? I was just giving facts. I mean, of course you do. Yeah, you look. I mean, absolutely, you look like you could still play.
I don't know.
Is that what you want to hear?
No.
Make you feel better?
Yes.
Have you met the new Gladiators coach, by the way?
I haven't met him. I
you
was
missed him by
watching him
about
a little
5
bit.
minutes. Yeah. He looks like he could still play now. He's. I'll tell you what. And JJ said it best. I'm not sure I'm comfortable calling a grown man pig, especially a grown man who could whoop me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And there's no doubt that grown man could. I mean, right?
Yeah.
That grown man was in
big
shape.
arms.
Yeah, he's in shape. But you guys, of course, Gladiators football's on ProView Networks as well.
Gladiators on ProView. So.
All right. Enjoy the week. Enjoy the day. We'll catch you next week.
Thanks, guys.
He's executive director of ProView Networks. He is Adam Deal. Wrap it up. Take some of your phone calls. Get you some emails as well when we come back. It's the opening drive on ProView Networks at 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Dreamstyle Remodeling has been wowing homeowners in New Mexico since 1989. Selected as Best Custom Home Remodeler for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Albuquerque Journal, we're also your exclusive provider for top home improvement brands like Renewal by Anderson, Four Seasons, Blaze King, and many others. Founded and headquartered in Albuquerque, Dreamstyle Remodeling is family-owned and now employs more than 500 people across the southwestern U.S. In fact, we've helped more than 60,000 10,000 homeowners improved their home in New Mexico, Arizona, California, Idaho, and West Texas. We're committed to providing a superior customer experience. We've earned 4.6 stars with hundreds of online reviews and have an A+ with the BBB. Dreamstyle Remodeling is a proud supporter of UNM Athletics. Visit our beautiful 10,000 square foot showroom at 1460 Renaissance Boulevard across from Sam's Club, or DreamStyleRemodeling.com to make your home remodeling dreams come true.
What is glamour? Frailty. What is desire? Diamonds. They say a life lived without passion is hardly worth living.
Ma'am? Ma'am? Ma'am?
Dang, this one made me feel all special.
The world-famous Laguna Burger is beautifully handcrafted. A burger that's created from certified Angus beef, sinfully cooked to juicy perfection, and garnished with New Mexico's Hatch green chili. Tempt your taste buds with mouth-watering fresh ingredients.
Cut! We're gonna need another Laguna Burger. Try the irresistible, world-famous Laguna Burger. Visit thelagunaburger.com. It's fresh with a kick. Take 32.
Local Union 412. Find a career with benefits and not just a job at UA Local 412 Training Center. We are looking for plumbers, pipe fitters, welders, and HVAC tech apprentices and journeymen. Call 505-256-9257. Local Union 412.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green.
And keep the community green as well.
Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment.
You trash it,
we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
ABQ ER and Hospital is changing the way you see ER in Albuquerque. We promise to see each patient within 10 minutes of arrival. ABQ ER and Hospital is now offering
9/11 is the day. 18 years ago, our country was under attack. You'll see a lot of remembrances, and it's one of those things on a day like today where, you know, you hear never forget. In your way, and I rarely tell you what to do. I don't like to, but I say, well, we'll suggest in your way, whatever your way is today. Just remember, as we say, never forget. Don't. There's some things in the course of history. You don't have to dwell on it necessarily, but give it a moment. 246-0610 is the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck, the Golden Hoster, and Jason. We've got a cavalcade of stars running through here today, haven't we?
Busy
Yeah.
Wednesday.
Here's a big star. Howard, good morning. You're on the Quan's Auto Care Hotline. How you living, Howard?
Good morning, gentlemen. How are you?
Good. How are you?
As you so eloquently put it, this is a day that most Americans will not forget. I mean, I don't. I remember exactly where I was that day, who I was with. And, you know, I think the memory is kind of vague for my children because they were 12 and 13 at the time and 7. So it's, you know, it's a day that in history, though, they've learned to, you know, they've read about it, learned about it. And although it was a sad day in our nation's history, I believe it made us stronger as people. And, I mean, we all are going to think about it in our own way. You know, I think about thought about it this morning, said a little prayer for all the families that lost somebody, and then you just don't forget.
I think that's the key. Just don't forget.
Yep.
Yep.
I'll tell you what, I so happily, I very happily collected on a $20 bet a wager I had with a friend of mine last night. I mean, I went by to have a beer, and I'm sitting there. The ESPN log comes through. Antonio Brown accused of rape, and the bet was I bet him by week 6 he would cause some sort of disruption in a New England Patriot organization. So it didn't take long to collect that bet.
Yeah, Hot Take Dougie just came in. He says, I'm waiting to see what tomorrow's Antonio Brown headline is going to be. You can't make it up.
No, you can't. And he's a piece of work, and it saddens me that somebody with that kind of God-given talent just doesn't try to do better at life.
Well, and again, this particular one, let's be careful, right? I mean, we don't know what happened with this, and what will the NFL do? What will the Patriots do? What's the right thing to do? Let's just be careful. We've seen enough false accusations, and we've seen enough very real accusations that I'm uncomfortable jumping to either side of this story until I know more. Is that fair?
Yeah, I am too, because he has not been proven guilty, but and I'm not taking a shot at my buddy Edward because he is my buddy, but I'm beginning to wonder, what is the Patriot way? Aaron Hernandez was a convicted murderer. Patrick Chung is going to quite possibly be convicted on cocaine trafficking, and then here we are with Antonio Brown. What truly is the Patriot way? I'm saddened. I know their organization is a good one when it comes to
winning,
how they win football games and all, but the characters that are running through that organization, a lot of people cast aspersions at my Cowboys, but let me tell you, there's some pretty questionable characters running through that organization.
I guess that's a fair question to ask. All right, man, don't be a stranger.
Have a good day, guys.
Good to hear you. What do you think of that? That's a fair question, don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting. What is the Patriot way? But then I would behoove you to find an organization in pro sports, let alone the NFL, that hasn't taken their chances, some more than others, right? Certainly some more than others. John, good morning. You're on the Quan's Auto Care Hotline. Good day, John.
For Mr. Kraft doing things with sex trafficking victims to now Antonio Brown, the ethical, moral compass of that organization, I question, as it relates to his behavior with Raiders. I got to tell you, I'm more questioning the NFL and their integrity as well over time. And I think that, I wouldn't be surprised if Belichick says, why don't you come play for us, act like a crazy person. Everybody would find it believable. They'll drop you. You can come over here. Nobody has to pay anybody anything, and we'll make you a hero. And I don't know. I mean, WWF and the NFL are starting to blur lines for me, but I don't know what you're thinking. I wouldn't put it past Belichick. They've been accused of cheating. They got things related to Kraft and his lack of a moral compass. I'm kind of curious if you think my conspiracy theory holds any water.
I'm not sure I do, but I mean, I understand it. It's going to be an interesting book in 20 years, isn't it? When the tell-all comes out, right? I mean, it's going to be, because there's obviously a lot we don't know. I don't know if I believe in the conspiracy theory, but I do believe there's a lot more than we know that's going on.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, have a great day.
Thanks, John. You believe in his conspiracy theory? You don't?
No. There's a lot of ways to look at it, but I don't think there's an overarching NFL or
come on here and go do your thing. I think the question's fair, right? Do we do it the right way? Do we do it our way? Do we do it however we can just to win? The bad look for everybody. Just the accusation's a bad look. Just the accusation, just being associated with the accusation. And again, to your point, and you're dead right. Let's take a breath. He's been accused. He hasn't been convicted of anything. Just take a breath. But what does the league do, and what do the Patriots do? I think in the next probably 5 to 6 hours, we're going to learn stuff on what they're going to do. I think the league's going to have a decision to make. Do they use the commissioner's exempt list while they figure it out? Do the Patriots just say, you know what, while we learn Odell's not going to play this, or Odell's wearing his watch. Antonio Brown's not going to play this week. Like, I don't know. But I think we're going to have, by the time we're on the air tomorrow, we have a better idea, right?
Expect so.
I mean, I would think so. John says, love the Dodgers, 7 consecutive Western Division titles, but 0 World Series. It's so frustrating. Do they have to win this year? Have to, I mean, like how long is this window going to be open?
Is Dave Roberts fired? Like, I think
you fire a guy who's won 7 straight.
That's the thing. The better way to look at it is core talent. Because everyone, like you could say everyone has to win that's having a good year. Because when are you going to have another year like that? You know, did the Rockies have to win a playoff series last year? Well, yes, now that they're not a good baseball team.
Well, like the Astros and the Yankees probably feel the same way, right?
Yeah.
They've had great seasons. Do they have to finish it with a title? But the Astros and the Yankees haven't been there for 7 straight.
Yes. Like to back up just the numbers, sure. But it's more about the core. How long, to your point, is that window going to be open as opposed to have to win a World Series?
You think the Astros?
Everyone wants to win. That's
well, but the Astros have won one, so it's like not as. What's the word I'm looking for? Urgent. Because they've won one, right? The Yankees kind of feel like their window's just opening. This newest window for them. Dodgers 7 in a row, 2 World Series in a row. You almost feel like, with all that talent, with the way they've been mashing the ball, the way they pitch, their starting rotation. I mean, you feel like, and Dodger fan feel this is.
I get it. It's a different pressure. It's expectations because you don't want to turn into the Utah Jazz.
Fair enough. With this particular run, I mean, I don't know how many years Clayton Kershaw's got left, but for him to retire without a ring would seem just not right, doesn't it? As good as he's been in this generation, we always say, well, how many championships has he had? Who's the best pitcher? But oh yeah, who's the best player? But how many championships did he win? We don't do it in baseball nearly as much as we do it in other sports.
Maybe it's because their athletic life is a little bit longer than maybe other sports. Maybe you think that? You know, as far as they're not taking like football, there's only so many years you can play.
No, I think it's because I don't think you can have as much impact as a baseball player on your team, on the game, as you can, certainly in basketball or as a quarterback. I think that's why. I think it's considered there are so many more variables to winning a championship in baseball than in other sports. Starting pitcher goes once every 4 or 5 days, right? Quarterback's got the ball in his hands on every offensive play. A basketball player, there's 1 of 5 players on a team on the floor. And so I think in baseball, the reason it hasn't been quite like you think of Ted Williams, the best hitter ever. Did he win it? He never won a ring. Tony Gwynn is one of the best hitters I ever saw. He never won a ring, right? Don Mattingly was an unbelievable, but he never won. But their careers in baseball are not judged suchly. Where in football or even basketball, you hear Patrick Ewing was right. An unbelievably dominant center, never won a championship. Charles Barkley.
No. That's totally fascinating. We don't ever do that with baseball.
Never. No. And I believe it's because the thought process, whether it's conscious or unconscious, is in baseball you cannot have that big of a direct impact on the game, especially as a pitcher.
That's why it's such a numbers-dominating game. I always go back to the numbers.
More so than everything else, right? Who's the greatest, and it's based on numbers. Like Barry Bonds is the closest that I've seen in my life to being able to be dominant in a game. The Barry Bonds, when he was walked intentionally so regularly, there's the Cam Newton look that I was telling you about. See him on my TV right now?
It looks like he had a toothache from 1920.
Oh, that's great. The Cam Newton just at this press conference, and why am I even here? Why am I wasting my time? Why are you asking me that question?
Oh, I thought you were talking about his post-game look on Sunday.
No, this was yesterday. This was just
Sunday. It looked like he was like, sorry guys, I had to go. I got to play Fiddler on the Roof.
This was yesterday. Yeah, this was yesterday. No, baseball's a different. We judge things differently in baseball. Mm-hmm. I mean, think of some of the best ever, right? And I tell you all the time, I think Tony Gwynn's the best hitter I've ever seen on a day-to-day basis. Never won a ring. All right, thanks to everybody who was on the show today. Devin Sandoval was with us from New Mexico United, the new head coach of your Duke City Gladiators. Pig Brown was with us here in studio, followed by Adam Deal from ProView Network.
Superstar Wednesday. We dubbed today.
Tomorrow we plan on having a Lobo football conversation at 7:30 in the morning before they take off and go to Notre Dame. Plan on getting you out to the New Mexico Open as well, and Jerry Palm. Jim Rome Show's next, and Patrick is after that. Lobo Talk here on the Sports Animal
20.
That follows the Sports Bar, which will be at 3. Big day?
Always a big day.
Go out and have fun. Jason, good job. Hoser, good job.
10.
Go out and be good to each other. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We'll smell you tomorrow.